Va salute, this is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Stormwatch open panel, where we got some shitty weather coming in. So I'm just waiting it out here since we unfortunately had to delay, lost in space, but stuff happens. So I'm hoping Pop is okay, but but let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Hey, and we got Scurvy, who was first in the chat there. Welcome, welcome. He says, hey. And hey, Germ, hop on up here. He says, hello. Oh, here, I suppose I can show you the... Oh, shit, we got another... Holy crap. We got another one popping up. All right, look at this. We got a cluster of 4 tornado warnings here. They're moving pretty darn fast here. So, of course, they won't issue our warning until our house is 50 feet where we built it. Oh, let's see. Radar indicated the rotation. So, basically nothing. So, holy crap. We got a cluster here, of those here. Everything down here is in a tornado watch. Dad? Just a sec. Yeah, so Scurvy here says hopefully he's just resting. Yes, that's what we all hope there. And welcome, Suzanne Eckstein. Welcome. She says hello all. And Scurvy here says, hey Germ, hey Suzanne. Hiya, Scurvy. Did she say hello? Are you boys sick? So far we are. Everything is over 30 miles away. The girl is going to end up in OZ today. What the heck? Oh, Oz tonight. Hey, Pickles, I've been looking for you for the last hour. You should come up here. Yeah. And Suzanne says, LDG, hello. And welcome, Taylor Swift, creator of Disney Star Wars, MCU, and Doctor Who. When are you going to add Star Trek to that, Swift? And Scurvy saying hi to everybody here. Oh, no, down here, Kansas is getting some. Radar indicated nothing special on that. Let's see what Oklahoma's looking like. Oh, we got one tucked away in here in Oklahoma. Yeah. Yeah, it's all... Everything tonight's radar indicated. Nothing observed. Oh, holy crap, this is a lot severe here. Oh, that... A lot of warning out down here. South of us. Hey, Mikey, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
I just got your notification. So what's up? What's going on?
Yeah, I was looking at this little cluster right here.
Oh. Is that a severe warning or
just
something?
to the east of me?
Huh.
Tornado warnings.
Yikes.
They're to the east of me. Or to the west,
yeah,
I mean.
Oh, okay. You gonna be okay?
Oh, yeah, we'll be fine. The kid's scared, but he'll be fine. Hey, Jerm, how's it going?
Okay, how you guys doing?
Yeah. How'd you like that thumbnail? How'd you like that thumbnail? I
Was that AI or did
had a good
you
laugh.
find?
AI. AI.
Oh,
My
AI.
Photoshop's not that good.
Ah,
I found an actual good AI generator. And I have to say, son of a bitch, it's fucking Bill Gates's.
and
Let's
how
see.
you doing, Lemon?
Scurvy says, Gorilla's a boy. Tornado can't lift him up. Too much Velveeta and blueberry beer. Hey, you really think I can afford Velveeta? Yeah, it's too much great value. Yeah, blueberry beer. This is saying hello to Mikey and Suzanne there. And Scurvy says hey to Mikey. No,
Yeah.
I didn't. I wasn't even planning this tonight, but for some reason, Pop wasn't able to do the Lost in Space. We're still trying to get a hold of him.
Gorilla's got a storm watch
I sent him a
coming, so
message on Twitter. Since
he has a storm watch.
I sent
There's a
some
tornado.
messages out on Twitter.
So he has a storm watch going right now. Yeah,
Hey,
I just let
I
yeah,
get out
just
there
let
and it's all radar indicated.
yeah.
Routine.
No, I just let Suzanne know that you had a storm near you, a big storm watch in the tornado. So she's hoping you'll be okay. Yeah, should be.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's going to the north of us here.
That's good. Hey, at the time.
The actual radar images, they're
Yeah. There's Edge of Time. Hey, Edge of Time.
okay. Oh, they got another one. Yeah, so I don't know what you guys wanted to talk about tonight.
Well, couple people passed, or a couple more celebs passed away. Major one was Bernard Hill. He was the the king of Rohan. In the Lord of the Rings thing, he died. He
He's dead.
79.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, I know.
Son of a bitch.
Good, man. Yep,
Yeah,
79.
he's 79 years old. So
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Then there was a stunt woman, I guess, who was the original Wonder Woman back when, and she died. She was 84 years old.
Huh. No, Scurvy says, okay, I'll take that Velveeta part back. Well, right now I'm having a little Debbie.
Woohoo.
I'm eating Little Debbie. Ha 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 ha. Edge of Time says, greetings from the Edge of Time. Well, welcome, Edge. Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, Scurvy says, where's PvP?
Hey,
He's at home washing his tights. Nah, I fixed up some eggnog.
That'd be kind of early if he got that early. Way early.
Make your own. He drinks enough.
Well, yeah.
If he drinks it regularly, he'd make it worth it making it.
Right. I get it. Well,
so, Jerem, what episode are we doing for Andromeda on Tuesday?
I believe that's episode 15.
Which
Or it
one's
might-
that?
I'll have to double check it.
of Andromeda, yeah. I think you're doing episode 15. It's either 15 or 16. It's one of the two.
I think it's more like 15 or 18. I forget.
Yeah.
We did that one week with that did 2 episodes, and then I lost count.
Yeah, but you have it scheduled for tomorrow. So I thought I read 15 or 16. It's probably 16.
It'll be 18.
It'll be 18?
episode 18.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
18. There we go. Okay.
Yeah, Scurvy here says, I actually have some sour pickle beer. You ever tried that, girl? Yes, and I hate pickles. That'd be something to send to Pop. I want to send him some, but
I've had all kinds of dill pickle, kosher pickle, but never pickle beer. No.
what's wrong with you sick bastard?
For dog's sake.
Yeah, and anytime says my cider has gone hard.
Oh, jeez. Oh, darn you people in the chat. You already get pornography on me already. Damn it.
Where did you get pornography out of that?
Well, he says my cider has gone hard. That could have several meanings.
Yeah, an a hard apple cider. It's alcoholic cider.
Ah, okay.
Jesus Christ, Mike!
You have a
been
dirty
hanging around-
mind today, Mikey.
When do I not have a dirty mind? I blame Gorilla.
Here you go, Mikey.
Call a doc if that lasts 4 hours. Yes, I will. Probably. Yeah, you'd be in real trouble if that lasted longer than that. Dios mío.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Let's see now. Oh yeah, so I let everybody know that on Friday night we'll do we'll be doing our Waltons thing, and then after that, then I'll go ahead and do my topic time. So there won't be any interference. It'll just be a guerrilla raid after we do Waltons. So
Oh yeah, that should last only like a couple hours. That last
I'm
one
not worried.
that last one was lasted 2.5 hours. I was like, here, I thought we were gonna fly through that one.
Oh yeah, the marathon one. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They got all silly on that one. Yeah. But it happens every once in a while. It's all good.
Oh shoot.
And then remind me, what time is the Bond film we're doing together, Gorilla, on Saturday?
Should be 6 o'clock there. I should have it set for like 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock your time? Okay, so 7 my
Yeah.
time. Okay, cool. Are you going to be there with us too, Resolute Term, or?
I plan to.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, we might even see Daniel's Hot Topics again. You love that Dr. No movie so much. that young scamp. Oh, man. But it's good to teach people, about older Bond films that are actually better than the shit they put out today.
Oh, I've never seen the Bond film, so.
Yeah, which is great because, it's better times then. They cared about movies then, so, yeah, good stuff.
Well, back then if they didn't make quality shit, they didn't get paid. Nowadays, they can pump out whatever the fuck they want and still get paid. Perfect example, the American Society of Magical Negroes, which we will be watching on Thursday.
On Thursday, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Yikes.
I am so looking forward to it. A lot of people are looking forward to that one.
It sounds like it's going to be kind of meh or maybe woke. Well, we'll see. Either way. Dios mío.
I don't even know what the hell that's supposed to mean. And I work with a bunch of Mexicans.
Well, Dios is God, so apparently Edge of Time is saying something about God. Mio, my God. Oh, yeah, he's saying, oh, my God.
I thought Dios
oh my God.
I thought Dios was 2.
No.
That's Dos.
Oh.
That's Dos. That's DOS.
Then what's
Dios
10?
is like God. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay. Scurvy says, well, if you drink hard cider nonstop for 4 hours, you may need a doc. I don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah, you won't even have a buzz yet on that.
Oh, jeez.
And Scurvy says, speaking of apples, what happened to Stone Racket? Long story short, him and PvP got into it on Pop's channel, and he decided he's going to take a break for a couple weeks.
Wow.
I'm not gonna get into it. It's not my place.
Yeah.
And Edge of Time says 40 Quatloos on the Tiger Cat.
Okay.
And Edge says Jack and Jill was unfortunate. Oh, that's gonna be better than the ones we did there. With
Well,
that was way better than Up, and I will say, and I'm guaranteeing you, I'm gonna be fucking hammered on that American Society of Magical Negroes. Who
oh,
knows?
there you go.
You might even get it. You might get some slip ups out of me that'll have our YouTube bot hovering its fingers over the ban button there.
Yeah. I had a suggestion, Gorilla, for Sunday cinema. Uh, Suzanne likes that movie by Adam Sandler he did called Little Nicky about him being the son of
that
Satan.
that one there is borderline cringe stock.
Oh, well, maybe we could do that as a cringe stock suggestion then some night.
If you want an actual decent Adam Sandler movie, Click is the way to go.
Ah, okay.
Or
Well,
have
that's the
you
closest
Click?
thing to a decent Adam Sandler movie.
Right.
There are no real decent Adam Sandler movies.
Yeah, but
Click.
I
Click was
enjoyed
decent.
Click. Yeah, that was pretty good. I enjoyed it.
I did too, and we bought it. Yeah, Click is really the only decent one. Because, come on, Kate Beckinsale, she did great.
Yeah, and Scooby here says 40 Quatloos on Tiger Stripes, and says never apologize. And Scooby here says, well, I thought maybe that was why we haven't seen Stone Racket, but wasn't sure. And Ed said, what has she done now? I don't know Tiger Stripes very well. I'm not even. I don't want to get into it. I don't want to talk poorly about anybody.
Yeah, Tiger Stripes is a sweetie. Yeah, guys, please don't go into what because she has some issues with people, and I'm not gonna say either. But yeah, it's just the whole thing.
Well, she yelled at me for swearing on someone's stream. I was like, "Oh, she would never make it in my workplace."
Oh wow, yeah, I didn't know she yelled at you. I'm sorry.
No, I wasn't worried about it.
Yeah. Thank God she never yelled at me.
Well, wasn't
yell right back.
wasn't more yelling, but it's more language gorilla. I was like, well, if you're, and I can't remember what I said, but I was like, if you're offended by that thing, you're not. You wouldn't even make it 2 minutes at my workplace.
You wouldn't really make it in any workplace.
No.
Now, some workplaces, you got those people just itching to report you because if the HR doesn't do nothing about it, they could have a lawsuit.
Oh wow.
Because everybody has to feel safe, and they have to make it a comfortable work environment for everybody.
I know what we could also talk about. Well, unless you want to, but what about that guy that I haven't heard much news about the guy that tried to attack the White House and ran into the fence and killed himself.
I haven't heard that.
That's quite some time ago.
If Trump was still in the White, no, because if Trump was in office, man, that'd be all over the news. People would be blaming him for that.
Oh, probably.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Germ, what else did you? I'm sorry. Go ahead, Gorilla.
Yeah. Scurvy here says, Edge, never apologize or never apologize. She didn't do anything. You said Tiger Cat. I was just making a play on that. That's all. Oh. See what you got? Did there, Scurvy? Yeah, and Edge Times is rumor mongering and other petty concerns. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting into that. Do that. That pays better than cheese mongering, I'd wager. Here you go. This one's for you. Here you go, Mikey.
Oh, look at all these rumors. Bobby Brown. Yeah.
You're supposed to sing it. And hey, Suzanne, welcome.
Yeah, right.
Or she said, hello, Edutainment. Welcome, Sci-Fi Sit Down. Welcome. We're just sitting here doing Storm Watch here.
Storm
Which
Watch.
I should wait to see. Well, it says, hi, Suzanne.
Yeah.
It says, Gorilla, how are the banana splits? I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
You mean the movie Sifdan, the horror film that we have, or the regular Saturday morning banana splits from showed with H&R Puff and stuff and shit? I'm not sure which one he's talking about.
No, he's just referring to the banana splits you used to be addicted to.
Oh, the food. Oh, that. Okay.
No.
The dessert thing. Well, I could never have it with pineapple. Let's just say that. I love it with everything else, though.
Yeah.
He's the one primate who broke that habit, Sifdan.
Well, it looks like our tornado warnings disappeared, and it looks like the closest severe thunderstorm warning is 6 counties south.
So does that mean you're safe
damn it, we're not gonna get any cool weather today. Yeah, for now.
Okay.
And Suzanne saying hi to Suzanne. Suzanne saying hello to Suzanne. Well, you're a gorilla and they love bananas. Yeah, that's what we just let the CIA. That's what we just made the CIA believe. You're just spewing out CIA propaganda. And Scurvy says, speaking of rumors, they say men gossip as much as women. At least that is what I heard John tell Brad.
Nice one, Lemon. That's the cool thing about Sir Lemon, or in your case, Scurvy. When he gets on a tangent, it's like, wow.
Yeah. So I ended up going fishing up at the headwaters of the West Forks of the Des Moines River the other day. Drove 35 miles just to get fucking skunked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Did you catch anything?
What do you think skunked means? When a fisherman said, when a fish.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't live in Minnesota.
It's better than actually being skunked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fisherman's lingo. If a fisherman says he was skunked, means he didn't catch. Oh, I can't say I didn't catch anything. I did reel one in, but it jumped right off the hook, right at the shoreline there, and flopped back into the water. There was one I couldn't keep anyhow. Yeah, but it was one I couldn't keep anyhow.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Well, they don't open up till next Saturday.
Yeah.
The walleye opener.
Well, that's true, Suzanne Eckstein. That's true in most cases. Yeah, we're worse.
Yeah, but I'm not getting. Don't go there. Don't go there.
Yeah.
Don't go there.
Go there, gorilla.
Let the dark side unleash. Hey, are they gonna ever make a Similarian movie or whatever the heck that? Oh, I was kind of hoping they have one. And hey there, Sifdan, how's it going?
Hello.
It's Sifdan. Something dark side.
Hey, Germ. Hey, Mikey.
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Just relaxing.
Relaxing? You? Oh, okay. You look like you've been busy with your videos lately. I've been looking at some of your crossovers. Really impressive stuff.
Yeah, well, if you know how to do it, they don't take too long to make.
That's good. Yeah, I'm not that creative.
Yeah. Well, my thumbnail here only took 5 words.
Yeah.
Yeah. All I put into the thing was a gorilla riding a tornado.
Oh, oh, that's what it took. Okay.
So, are you usually on Pop's channel tonight, or do you not do the Lost in Space episodes with him?
No, I do, but he's for some reason he wasn't there tonight.
He must have forgot to reschedule it, or he just wasn't feeling up to it.
Probably the latter. Hi, PvP.
Hey, we
Hi
got
there.
a full panel. Hey there, guys.
Hey guys.
Hi there,
Woohoo!
guys. Hello.
I don't know, PvP.
Hey,
Is that
everybody.
Spark of Iron right there?
I just got to turn off the YouTube sound.
No, it's Teague.
It's Admiral Teeth.
Hey, Admiral.
Yeah, Pop hasn't posted anything yet on Twitter, by the way. I just checked it a second ago. So obviously, Pop has had some change of plans. Hopefully, it's nothing too serious. But
Yeah.
yeah, hasn't said a word yet. So yeah.
Well, let's hope not for the worst. Okay. Let's just
Yeah,
hope
I
for
always,
good.
I generally try to be optimistic. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good thing to be. At least it's worked for me all these years. So
So,
Yeah.
Admiral Teague, how are the efforts of saving Star Trek? What's the latest?
Hey.
Oh,
Well, sorry, I was muted. About 900 people appear to have listened to last night's show, and when I challenged the 500 people to prove they were real, 500 likes showed up. So I'm not too sure what the fuck happened there, but looks
Wow.
like Star Trek. I might not be able to save it, but for 9 hours last night, we had an exciting and fun conversation where people were loving Star Trek. So, did all I could. I'm doing my part, like Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
There you go.
and what's the saying, Admiral Teague? Even bad publicity is good publicity.
It's been a while
Not
since I've had
always.
any bad publicity. And you know what? Since it was brought up, I don't feel bad that someone published my private correspondence. I scoff at the idea that it would have been more honorable to complain and bitch and act like an asshole in fucking public. So I had a fucking fit. Big deal. So I yelled at some fucking people. So what?
Well, it didn't tend to have any negative effects, so that's good.
I just tried
Yeah,
to be
let's say
honest
that.
about how it happened. You know, it was like, hey, listen, man, we talk amongst ourselves, and whatever. I'm sorry. I apologize to the parties who were named. I just, my only mistake was I had one very treacherous friend.
So,
Don't-
what's the situation then, Teague, on the last season here of Star Trek Discovery? How many more episodes do they have to go through?
I don't know, but I'm
4 more.
is it 4? Okay, yeah. I thought they were gonna get to 10. Honestly, so that
Yeah, they
means
already
that-
did 6. They already did 6.
Oh, yeah. There are 4 more left. I'm sorry. Yeah, I will not be live watching the next one on Thursday, and then I will be back probably for the Thursday after that. But then fuck that. I'm going to see the Rolling Stones. I don't need this in my life. I can't wait for the show to end. The last 2 weeks were such nothing burgers, and they've achieved a new level of ineptitude. Now they've become so boring and so simple that because it's so boring, you can't give like a 1 minute explanation for their 30 seconds worth of story. It becomes impossible to get pulled off point so much because it's so dumb.
So in other words, it's boring melodrama. In other words, for the last season, because only drama writers can write Star Trek. It seems now.
This was contrarian bullshit. We had a race where an entire planet went on a marathon, and the winner was big old Tilly. At the she and then after she won, she went and defiantly upended the rules of the race by helping the loser across the finish line and showing up the entire planet, while Mikey Spock informed the planet leader that even though he was okay and he was only like 40,
What he needed to do was step down and hand control over to his 15-year-old daughter, which he obligingly did. And at the end of the episode, they had found the MacGuffin piece they needed off screen in an unmentioned location. It was all that was called a story by them, but I don't know what to call it. It was a series of
Yeah, it was in Tower 5.
Didn't they declare themselves gods to those people?
What happened was they actually were going after religion pretty fucking hard, but no, they were this was the most skill they actually used. Was they were like, are there no gods? There's us. So there's like they said it without it was so fucking. So there's no God? Well, you have us now. So if you want to pretend there's God, it was really insulting. I'm not the most deeply spiritual person either. Yeah, it is fucking blasphemous. Like, you know what? Star Trek, the original series, just didn't deal with religion. It just didn't deal with it. Here and there, it made mentions of stuff like people had belief systems, and it talked about that. But like, this is like 2 weeks in a row now. Insulting Latino stereotype Dr. Pubert was like, these are like the ghosts of my abuela used to look at. It's like, fuck you. It's like, I know 3 fucking Spanish words: Abraxas, Gracias, and abuela. Fuck off.
Oh, yeah. Oh. It just sounds pathetic. It's like, like I said before, and I'll say it again. I watched the first of season 1. I watched the first 3 episodes. I barely got through the first 2, and by the time I reached the 3rd episode, it was so freaking pathetic. I said, you have got to be kidding me. Why put this sheep dip on TV, or much less cable?
I got the I didn't watch the one on CBS, so I didn't know how bad it was. I got Paramount CBS Plus. That was CBS All Access at that time.
Right.
So I'm watching this fucking horseshit show, and it's only $2.99 a month. So I was like, all right, now it's personal. They really just slapped me in the face. It's like, my dream as a kid was to be a Star Trek writer, and this is not even as interesting as the games me and my friends played behind the garage when we were like fucking playing Star Trek. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, behind the garage is our planet. We're gonna go there and explore. It's like, at least we knew that.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just like, I gave up on the 3rd one like you did, Mikey. I mean, we've talked about that before, right?
It was just yeah.
I'm just so glad that I didn't waste my time. That's okay, Teague. I want to say I'm so glad that I didn't waste all those hours of my life watching this stuff, because I've heard very, very few positive things from a lot of people about this. So it's like,
you know what the value is? The value is, and what it's been good for me, and it has been very good for me, is that there's still a curiosity, and this is not the case with MCU and not the case with Star Wars, but there's still a curiosity with Trek, maybe because it's more ingrained in our culture, maybe because there's a couple more generations stacked up there who came of age watching it, but people do have a curiosity about what happens on Star Trek Discovery, not that they want to watch it, and they really do not like Paramount or do not want to give the show a view. But at my watch parties, like 200 or 300 people will filter through, and we'll get a good number, and everyone trashes the show. I am the leader of the largest independent new Trek watching community, and I say on behalf of that community, your show fucking sucks. We watch it every week.
All right. Here's a question for the panel. We'll start with Gerb. All right. Which episode of Star Trek would you have the writers of New Trek watch to get an idea what Trek really is?
Just pick a episode of the original series, and they have to improve. Even if they watched "And the Children Shall Lead,"
they would watch.
It would increase their ability.
They would watch Turnabout Intruder and mix it with "And the Children Shall Lead."
That would still be an upgrade from what the shit they're putting out now.
Agree. There's no episode as bad as anything they've done. Even 5 minutes of "And the Children Shall Lead" is superior to any 5 minutes of all of New Trek. Yeah. It's crazy.
Hey, Mikey, which episode would you pick?
Well, my combination actually of 3 episodes. Is that allowed? I could probably say that. I would take a part of Mirror Mirror. I would take a part of iMud, which is actually my favorite episode of all time.
Those are the ones they definitely watched, though. They've redone those.
Yeah, and then Savage Curtain from season 3. I would take those three.
That they haven't touched.
Yeah,
they haven't touched that.
Okay, sit there. How about you?
Well, since I'm an action adventure guy, why not do Balance of Terror from the original series?
Okay. PvP?
Let me see here. Well, can I do a little 3-episode combo like Mikey? It's so hard to pick one because there's so many good ones.
Yeah.
Well, my favorite's Mirror Mirror, so I got to mention Mirror Mirror because I think if you want to get the gist of what Trek is, I think Mirror Mirror is a good one to watch because it does kind of hit home the ethics of the Federation as opposed to the Empire. So that's a good one. As far as just a fun action episode, if you want to teach people how to write good tense action, I'd go with the Doomsday Machine because I think that's one of the best. I love that
Good
one.
choice.
And if you want to go with, oh gosh, it's so tough. I could go if you want to, QN writers about pulling on the heartstrings and writing a real good human story. I'd have to go with oh gosh, now my mind. I hate this when I have a brain lapse and I can't remember a title. City on the Edge of Forever. That's a good emotional episode. And I think that touches on the in a way too the depth of Trek when it wants to deal with a serious storyline with actual real deep consequences, not just to the guest star character, but to Kirk and the crew itself. So that's a good one. So yeah, I think those 3 are among my favorite episodes.
Yeah, and I just want to interject real quick. I'd say with the Mirror Mirror one, even though Star Trek Continues is a fan homage series, his continuation of Mirror Mirror on the other side of it with Fairest of Them All, damn good writing and a damn good episode. So I'd say if you could watch the original series episode Mirror Mirror, then watch the Fairest of Them All right after it and do the other side, perfect. Just perfect.
Actually, Mikey, my cousin and I did exactly that one Christmas when I was having Christmas dinner at his place because he'd never seen Continues, right? I mean, we're big hardcore Trekkies from like the late 60s, early 70s. So we've watched TOS episodes, so many times it's like ridiculous. But he'd never seen Continuous. He had not even heard of it. And I said, hey, there's this great, fan produced show on YouTube. You need to check this out, man. Yeah. So we watched them back to back, and he was like totally impressed by the Continues episode. So yeah, it's worth a watch for sure. Yeah,
definitely both of them together if you get that chance.
All right, Teague, what would be your pick?
Gorilla, you're a great host. Thank you for recognizing me, and thank you to the other panelists for such great ideas. I would say we have heard about half of the episodes that were thrown out there because people aren't watching New Trek. They have watched and redone Balance of Terror. I don't want them to watch the Doomsday Machine because I don't want to see their take on that. They have watched and redone a bunch of episodes. So, to be completely honest, I have 2 answers for this one. The episode that I would have them watch that they could actually is simple enough that they would watch an episode of decent Star Trek and not fuck it up. Very, very, very simple. Wink of an Eye. I'd have them watch Wink of an Eye. So they can at least understand. That's the one where they speed up Captain Kirk beyond the speed, and no one else can see him. This is why I say Wink. This is why I say Wink of an Eye. Most of the characters doing most of the shit in it are not Star Trek characters. They're the aliens, right? And we get to know Captain Kirk, and we find out that he's brave, and we find out that he's cool. We find out that he's very smart. We find out he's very resourceful. And then, in the B plot, we also see that friendship, loyalty, and sacrifice are keeping his friends from moving on. Spock's got the job. He's captain of the Enterprise. He's obsessed on fucking finding the last guy and demoting himself. So that is what Star Trek is all about, and it's a very simple story, but honestly, the one they could learn the most from would be Journey to Babel, because they do not understand Kirk, they do not understand the Federation, they do not understand Spock, they do not understand Spock's family, they don't understand Spock being half human. When Spock is magically turned human for reasons, his mother goes, "I'm so glad you're human. Now we can lie, cheat, and connive together." The Spock we know, could you imagine Amanda like saying that? Like, Spock, you're human. Hug me like I've always wanted you to. Hug your mother like like you wouldn't when you were a little boy. We could have done so much with that stupid idea. And so I'd say really wink of an eye is where they need to start because they're so stupid. Or Lights of Zatar. Even Lights of Zatar might be a good starting point by Shari Lewis, who invented Kukla, Fran and Alley and Lamb Chop. That would be better than what they did. Wink of an eye or Lights of Zatar to start, because we're talking Star Trek 001. It's not even 101 for these people.
Well, Teague, Teague, let me ask you real quick. If you had to combine one set of the original series with, say, like something from another original series like DS9, things like that would have connected, what would be your two choices if you wanted to connect one to the other?
I don't understand the question. Can you say it again?
Oh, sure. Well, okay. Well, let me use an example. If you took, The Trouble with Tribbles, the original series, and then combine that with, like they did with DS9, Trials and Tribulations. If you had a chance to do that yourself, what would you? What two episodes would you cross over and do like a thing like that?
People have used the most obvious ones. I would say, why not throw the TOS crew into Encounter at Farpoint? What the fuck? Why not? We got the Q. We got the Q in there. He can do whatever he wants.
Oh, sure. Okay. Cool.
PvP.
Put
Do you know
TNG
which
into Doomsday Device?
Well, yeah. You know what? Another Doomsday Machine confronted by Enterprise D to see how Picard would handle it. That would be very interesting. It really would be. And
yeah, like that. If it regenerated itself, that'd be cool. I'd like that.
Hey, Lemon Pie.
I do know how that plot would go. Simple. Picard will not fight the Doomsday Machine and let it eat the Enterprise. Because in the first few seasons of the Next Gen, Picard was more of a negotiator. He wasn't much of a fighter.
They try to have it both ways. He's confusing.
Okay.
I find Picard to be a confusing character until season 3.
And PvP, do you know which season had the Apollo episode I'm thinking about?
Which one?
Who mourns for Adonias?
Oh, that's season 2.
Yeah, that's from season 2.
Yeah, that's fairly early in season 2.
I gotta be honest. That idea, the concept, is damn good. And then yesterday, someone was telling me like the episode Paradise Syndrome, the one with the American Indians, and they had the deflector.
I am Karak.
Structure.
I am Karak.
I am Karak.
There's a chick named Stacy who tweets with a icon of Mariner from fucking Lower Decks, which is an upper decker on the fans. But she was tweeting out like that it was the stupidest episode ever, and I was like, I don't know. The concept was actually fairly interesting. She's like, how? I'm like, I don't know, that an alien race was like reseeding and transplanting different races explains a lot about why they all look alike. The alien tech left behind, that they only kind of knew how to use and how that would turn into a religion. It all makes sense to, like, it's very interesting. It's a great concept. You can say whatever you want about I am Karak and when they throw the foam rocks at him. I get it, but I mean, it was a fucking brilliant concept. And again, the B plot where Spock and McCoy have to make this decision about heading off the asteroid, it's really good.
I think it's an underrated episode, actually, Teague. I think it's actually a very good episode as well. A lot of people give it hate.
It's over the top.
Well, it's got its the Kirok moment is a little bit silly. I'll have to
behold the god who bleeds.
Yeah, I have to acknowledge that. But it's silly in a good, fun way, right? For me. I enjoy it, and I think there's some good a good Star Trek moments.
You said it though. That's Star Trek. It's fun. It's fun when it doesn't work out perfectly. You still enjoy it.
It used to be.
Yeah. Well, and the other.
I just want to. If I could finish my thought, guys. Just take me a second here. what I like about that episode, though, is there's one of the rare episodes, other than like Sitting on the Edge of Forever, and Kirk actually falls in love with somebody. He's actually fallen in love with the lady he meets on that planet, and they're even going to have a child, right? And then, of course, there's the tragic ending when they stone her and she's going to miscarriage. And I'm thinking, like, holy shit! I mean, how many 60 shows would even touch a topic like that? Like someone having a miscarriage, like. I don't know. Tell me another series. I don't know.
They do a good job on it because it's a very light touch. It's like she's lost the baby, and it's like they just move on with it. And then like Kirk's like, I remember how I opened up the portal, and he's like, I said, "Baby me up, Scotty," and like they just like he's focused and he's like goal focused until afterwards, and he's like bombed. But that's Kirk, and you know the most important thing I guess is. If we're going to be, critics, we have to be consistent so that, like, not so much, that we have it for ourselves, but so that people can have our reviews be of use. Like, if you're a strict book literalist, or you're a strict movie, if you say if it doesn't happen on screen, it didn't happen, you don't have the liberty of saying, well, they changed warp speed. No, they didn't. It didn't happen on screen. You don't have the liberty of saying, well, Decker is Decker's son. Well, that's from a book. You specifically disavowed the book. So if you're all over the place and mixing and matching and people don't know what to make of you, you're not much of a critic. You've got to be consistent, at least in your outlook, If you're going to mix and match, say it. If you're not going to mix and match, say it. If you're going to do one or the other, only on screen, well, then don't come back and say, well, the warp 4.5 is not 14 million miles an hour like they state in the show Enterprise.
All right, guys, I'm back. My sister was just calling me, let me know the sirens went off where she lives.
Oh, wow.
Tornadoes?
Yeah.
That's 20 miles to the west of me.
I've seen that when I was out by you, and I've seen them. They're pretty scary.
I've been through 2 of them, so yes. I know because I lived in Oklahoma for a while and went through them. So yeah,
they say that you can't see can't hurt you, but after a while you can sort of see the tornado rather.
Well, visibility when it's 0 is definitely shitty. I can't begin to tell you how bad that is when you can't even see in front of your face.
They have their own pyrotechnic show, don't they? Travel with a lightning, a thunderstorm most of the time.
Sometimes, yes.
All right, can we catch up on chat?
Sure.
Yeah, sounds like a plan, Gorilla.
Okay. Adjective says, I'm on a spree, bring the funny. And Suzanne says, but I'm bouncing in and out, gang. All right. Have a good night there, Suzanne.
Have a good night, Suzanne.
Scurvy says, did you hear what Suzanne said? Because that's what we were talking about gossip.
Oh, shit.
Suzanne says, bring it on, Suzanne.
Oh, man.
Hitchhiker's Guide level response.
Yeah, Edge types is find the inner child and give it a stern talking to. Now, Edge, I come from the give them an ass whooping generation. Sit there and welcome. We've been expecting you.
Excellent.
And I'm not above guilt, says the Edge of Time. Yeah, PvP says answer for your crime, says Kirby.
Okay, you better specify. That's pretty general.
We're gonna be here all night.
hey, I object to that.
On the first charge of being a Canadian, how do you plead?
Guilty. And proud of it.
Damn it. Oh, wait, I'm a transplant.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I would point out that an American would have been able to say that in half the time.
Yeah. All right. Guys, you heard it here. All right, guys.
I'm just playing around with you.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, guys, you heard it here first. Mikey is a trans.
Oh,
what? No, he's not that kind of trans.
Yeah, not that other kind of trans, damn it.
Hey, by the way, somebody have a something open somewhere? Because I'm getting an echo of my voice sometimes.
I'm on my headphones, so we should be cool here, but everyone should mute in turn.
Yeah, I always mute YouTube immediately when I come on a live panel. So somebody,
I try to mute.
Get an echo from somebody. I just wanted to mention it, guys. No big deal. It's not that bad, but I just wanted to mention it.
Is it coming from me?
Yeah.
I have no idea. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
All All right. Edge says here amongst the usual suspects. Yep. And
That's a great movie, by the way. Love that movie.
And Edge says release the limitless Nog objects.
Oh God! I'm never gonna live that down.
See, Brock, acquire, Brock, acquire.
Hey, we're getting some pretty good, cool lighting out the window here. Nice. Edge laughing. Wow. And Edge says, "Do tell." And Scooby says, "Fire!" Oh, here, PvP, you read this one.
Fire eggnog torpedoes.
Eggnog torpedoes away, sir. Got him.
Edge says. Edge says Paramount stocks are down from $15 a share to $12.50 after Berkshire Hathaway sold.
Berkshire Hathaway is Warren. It's Warren Buffett.
Yeah.
Oh, that Warren Buffett. Oh, so he sold
Berkshire Hathaway. That's why Omaha trended yesterday.
Yeah.
At his shareholders meeting, he's like, "We're dumping this fucking shit," because Berkshire Hathaway is the largest private holding, and I think they do 401ks too. But they're like the largest holding company in the United States with the largest and most successful investing track.
Right.
And Warren Buffett buys one suit a year.
See, I thought that was Goldman Sachs at BlackRock.
This guy's probably bigger privately.
Pensions.
They call him the Sage of Omaha. Like he can turn the market for a few weeks just with a flick of his finger.
Oh,
and he hangs with Paul McCartney. Like, I don't know, but rich guys that like to hang out.
So let me interpret that. He says, "Will the peacock swallow the mountain?" So is he talking about NBC swallowing Paramount?
They're saying Sony. Well, NBC is Paramount.
Oh, okay, yeah. So.
What's going on is Sony Apollo is looking to buy Paramount right now.
Wow!
Right
because
now,
the exclusive
after that what was it? Red Rock or whatever it was.
Skydance lost. They didn't make a deal in time. They've lost their exclusivity period. Now other bids can be entertained. Sony threw right down with a bid.
It's because they figured out Paramount was falsifying their books.
I think so, and I think
they're walking away.
I have a funny feeling you're right, and I have a funny feeling that there's a way these people could walk away too, or we're gonna see like Paramount do something first to go bankrupt and get acquired by the people that they desire and get out of that debt, which can be done.
Yeah,
they're gonna get bought out, but it's gonna be in chunks.
I would say, like, honestly,
someone's gonna take a bunch of IPs and just all over the place, like 3 or 4 big chunks.
You're right about that. The only other possibility is this: if this Sony thing is already like they've like spit in their hands and shook, you know what I mean? Like they know what they're gonna do. Like they're just like, okay, Paramount, do the dance of death, and they go bankrupt, burn everybody, become insolvent, and like the first bidder in there that they accept, the last thing they do is accept a buyout from Sony. And then most of it goes away and everyone loses. But, you know, like some people get golden parachutes. You don't want them making movies anymore.
Well, I'm also kind of glad that Sony gave up on the James Bond franchise. Thank God. Maybe they'll get something decent out of it for now.
It changes from one house to another. It's been United Artists before. It was
MGM, and then it was MGM UA. Then it was just UA, and then it became Sony UA and whatever else from that. So.
Because most of United Artists is owned by Tom Cruise, or at least it was.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Jesus.
Yeah, it's such a mess, isn't it? God, what a mess. Well, it's like everybody owns everybody, and everybody's fighting to own other people, and it's like it's just so nuts. It's like, God, how do you even keep track of all this madness after a while? Fuck.
You really can't because the writers are pieces
most of these things don't actually exist anymore. Like United Artists, and it's on paper. Really they don't actually do shit.
They do. Here's what United Artists does. You ready? Paramount doesn't want Tom Cruise, who jumps up on couches and sometimes acts crazy, to be part of Paramount. So they owned United Artists, and they're like, take this studio name, call it yours, and make our movies as United Artists, because like you're doing weird stuff, like you're bringing Scientology on set, and this is a long time before Maverick, because there was, if we remember, for about 10 years after the Katie Holmes thing, Tom Cruise was in trouble. His career was a little bit on the rocks. He was still a good actor. He still had fans, but like a lot of the same movie just cranked out. Him and Will Smith matching the same exact kind of movie over and over. After Earth and that Will Smith movie, the same thing. And it was a bad time for him. It's only been the last 5 to 8 years that he's started to really become viable again.
All right. So Edge of Time says the opposition is the audience. Danielson. Yes. Scurvy says, wow, this sour pickled beer is indeed sour. I'll take your word for it there, Scurvy.
Seriously, Lemon, you thought something named sour pickle beer would not be sour? I'm amazed, quite frankly.
I was expecting it to be quite sweet, yes. I was expecting marmalade.
It's like if you had Dirty Socks beer, I'm sure that would be delicious, right? You know, just saying.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, any beer in a pinch.
Gorilla.
All right, so Edge of Time says, that's brave, Sir Scurvy. Little twist of vinegar.
Yeah.
And welcome, Pop Culture Curator. Welcome. He said, B-plot, BS. I think that's what we're talking about, the Discovery there.
I think, no, was it Discovery? Because that one didn't have a B-plot. Last week's Discovery just didn't have a B-plot. The B-plot was just sort of after she falls out of the race, Mikey Spock has this talk with the leader of the planet where he's like, I've done everything right, I don't get it. And she's like, yes, you've done everything right. So you should abdicate and have your 15-year-old daughter run the planet. He's like, oh, okay.
No.
That was the B-plot.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
All right, so
said, hi, Lemon.
Me here.
Is there a God? Well, you've got me. What the hell was going on in that last Discovery?
Yeah, Scurvy here says, glad you're okay, Pop. We all are. We're
seconded.
we all are.
Hello, Pop.
Yeah.
Hello, guys.
And Edge says, if someone offers you sugar, claim it because it causes
diarrhea.
Profit.
The profit
might be too much evidence against that one.
Yeah, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, it's just that it says they are called twisters where you are at.
They're called cyclones everywhere.
Yeah.
By the way, there's an echo. Everybody's that's talking I'm hearing an echo now, so that is weird. I don't know what's going on with that.
I gotta be honest, I don't hear one.
Well, I differ from PvP.
Well, I just heard like when Gorilla talked, when Mikey talked, when Germ talked, they all had an echo, like not high level, like low level in the background, but I could still hear it, which is weird because I've got my YouTube turned off. I got my headphones on. Like I don't think there's any way it's generating from my channel here, but I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Well,
but it might be on your end.
Well, I don't think it's me.
It never happened. This is the first time it's ever happened on any panel, and I've been on lots of panels, so
I'm only unmuting to talk, so we can be fairly sure it's not me.
I'm pretty sure it's not me.
I mean, I don't care who it is. It's just I wanted to mention it because it is.
Is anybody not wearing headphones and using the ambient mic on their laptop while the speakers wash across the mic?
Well, I'm not using headphones. I have a brand new.
We have our answer.
Laptop. Oh, Tig, be nice.
If you have an external source of noise and an ambient microphone, it's sort of mathematical.
Here, let me check something, Mikey.
And Admiral Teague.
Sarah, let's try that.
What's up?
Have you seen the Stargate franchise? Stargate SG-1 and Stargate Atlantis?
I've only seen scattered episodes of Stargate. I need to get into that because apparently, like, a lot of it is very Star Trek-like, and it has a lot of fans and there's a lot of seasons. So I need to probably get cracking. I liked the movie.
Well, my point, why I'm asking is, a while back you said that that Star Trek episode where the origins of the humanoid form came in. If you go into the Stargate lore, they go into it how there was a humanoid race that basically the predecessor of the human race called the Ancients that existed millions of years ago before the humans. And according to the Stargate lore, we are the second evolution of that ancient race.
Like I said, I think they watched a lot of Star Trek because that's a little bit in TNG. But I mean, they developed it so far beyond that original movie that I can't really comment on it. I just know, like MacGyver, good actor. The show, always pretty enjoyable. Anytime I watched it, it more or less made sense once you bought their MacGuffin. The way I looked at it was Star Trek, but instead of a ship, they had like a warehouse with a Stargate. The transporter was the whole thing.
Yeah, basically the Stargates were basically the transporter in that series, pretty much. Right?
I would call it a TARDIS transporter, right? It was going to throw you anywhere, and maybe a little bit of time manipulation here and there too.
Yeah, you could transport like vast distances. Yeah, I've not seen much of the original one, Teague, but I have to give high marks for Atlantis. I watched the whole. It was 5 seasons, 100 episodes. I've seen all of them at least once, if not 2 or 3 times.
Right.
It's a great show. It's really good.
Like it takes check it out.
Yeah, it takes a while. Like season 1, like a lot of shows, they start off they're a little shaky, because they're trying to establish the characters and the the scenario of the universe.
They had an awesome MacGuffin, and that was it from the movie. I think the show had to do a lot of world building. That movie's pretty bare bones. It's like we found a MacGuffin. It takes us to a place.
And the thing with Atlantis,
most everything.
They're world building again with Atlantis because Atlantis is its own thing separate from the original series, right? So they're world building again because it's a different scenario.
I'm sorry, PvP. Is the deal you'll find there's a few Stargates around this planet, our planet, right? And some of them are synced to different times and places, and some of them are just like open Stargates where you can kind of program it. And so Stargate Atlantis is they simply found an Atlantis-related Stargate, or they just find a way to reprogram their original Stargate.
I think,
which is an awesome MacGuffin.
There is I believe, a Stargate at the South Pole in Atlantis, because I know that comes in towards the end of the series. I believe, Dan. I think that's right.
That's when they jump off.
Yeah, and I will try to clarify a little bit since I haven't seen both shows. In the Star Wars universe lore, a default Stargate, if you dial a local galaxy, uses 7 chevrons, I think it is, which is basically 7 points in space to narrow down where a planet and Stargate is in space in that galaxy. But a Stargate can have up to 9 chevrons, and if you add another chevron, that's 8 chevrons, it dials another galaxy. If you dial the 9th chevron, if you ever watch Stargate Universe, it dials that gate on that ship, which is basically a passcode. And Atlantis takes place in another galaxy called the Pegasus Galaxy, because they dialed the 8th chevron on their Earth Stargate, but they had to use a powerful ZPM as a power source, and it was a one-way trip. So for the first season or 2, Atlantis,
they had to find another Stargate to come back with.
Well, they had to find another power source, and for the first season of Atlantis, it's a standalone show. But then towards season 2, since they have access to a starship from Earth, they can travel back and forth to Earth that way. But it takes a 3-week journey each way, though, from Earth to the Pegasus Galaxy to where Atlantis is.
Not bad. I'll take that trip. But so there's one Stargate, and it's just reprogrammable to a degree. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, Edge of Time here says, so he thinks it's worthless. I cannot remember what we were talking about 10 minutes ago.
See, Star Trek Discovery, probably?
Oh, yeah. PvP is bee-hopping and dancing all over me about the sour beer. And
is that like was that a beer joke? Right, he's hopping, hops.
Yeah, and Edge of Time says we've contacted the Resistance and they are us.
Okay.
I can't read those emojis. Yeah, Pop says, why the fuck are you guys talking about Discovery? Oh, we're just talking about the latest episode, how crap it was. That's all.
It's sort of like a car crash nearby. We were remarking on the remarkable more than discussing it. There's not much to say.
Yeah,
there really
not at
isn't
all.
much to say. If you predict the stupidest possible thing, it happens. We're gonna have a race, and the whole planet's gonna be in it. So of course Tilly will win. What the fuck?
Tell me, this may sound a little, well, I don't want to get controversial, but did Tilly get a little skinnier, or is she staying roughly the same weight?
Significantly larger.
Hey, sit down there. The only reason they have she's the way she is there is because she's part of the community that's the fat is beautiful, and she's a fat advocate there. So
she's a lesbian as well now. She got rid of the husband. Lucky guy, you lucked out, buddy.
Well, anyhow, she's purposely putting on the weight so that she can be an advocate for the fat is beautiful crowd.
Yeah,
that's why she had to win a race.
Lost the weight.
And that's the scariest thing about Discovery is you thought it was worse when it first started, but now it's gone totally woke, and now it's even more of a piece of shit.
It was always totally woke. It's just that it's broken in a different way every time we see it.
So I stepped away.
Always been totally woke.
I stepped away for a minute. I guess you guys are talking about Tilly, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Okay.
We didn't bring this one up. We didn't bring this one up. We're answering the questions from the audience. Audience wants to hear about Star Trek Discovery.
It's always good to engage the peanut gallery, I gotta say.
Yeah. And Scurvy says, this beer is interesting, but I don't think it will be a repeat purchase, but pickle enthusiasts may love it. Yeah, I've had a dill pickle beer. It tasted just like dill pickles, but I'm not a dill pickle fan. So
I don't mind the occasional...
I can imagine getting drunk on that. God.
No.
If I had a vomit bucket next to me, perhaps, but that would be about it, you know.
Yeah. All right. So Edgerton says Echo Free in '93, implying I would pay for pickle beer. Nickel beer equal is greater than pickle beer. Free beer tomorrow. All right.
I actually don't think I'd drink pickle beer if you gave it to me. I think I'd just give it to somebody else. Like,
oh God, Edge of Time's last comment. They made that movie. It's called Moonfall.
Yeah. It says never jam today. It says imagine low Earth orbit Tilly in a potato sack race. Oh.
The moon is crashing into the Earth. The moon is crashing into the Earth.
Yikes! Yeah.
Chili stuffed into potato sack is absolutely appropriate because every time I look
you would
at
need 3 or 4 sacks sewn together.
I think
huge.
of Tilly is like 100 pounds of potatoes stuck into a 10-pound sack, right? So just saying.
Although I would say this, if she lost the weight, she wouldn't be fired. They would just put a fat suit on her. They'd pat her back up because they were making her heavier in the beginning anyway. If you see pictures of her at the premiere for season 1, I mean, she's a big lady, but she's not like she was on the show. And they're determined to film her horrible. Like now that she's truly fat and they can't like really like make it look any worse because she's really just it's morbid. It's morbid, guys. Like there are big people. This is morbid. Her face got worse. She looks like her skin has turned gray.
Hey, I figured how they can make it worse there, Teague.
Oh please!
They can just start throwing stuff at her, and it just starts orbiting around her.
They split her in half. They split her into 5 Tillys in the transporter, and all of them are still a little overweight.
Oh my God!
Maybe you could build her into another floating space station.
Sincere apologies to anybody who's a little overweight. We're not talking a little overweight. What's going on with Tilly was she was like pleasingly plump, and like maybe if that was your thing, you would dig Mary Wiseman season 1. Especially when they did her up for the Mirror Universe. But for the most part, they combed her hair with firecrackers, they rolled her around in an ashtray, they dressed her in inappropriately tight clothes, and they put fake acne on her face. No one has near exploding cystic acne in the same 4 spaces for like 5 fucking years over 8. I'm sorry, that's creature makeup, like a Klingon.
Hey, me, personally, I'm a chubby chaser, you know, and I'm a little bit bigger guy myself, you know, but I don't go around telling people that fat is beautiful, then y'all gotta get fat and stuff.
And I'm not telling anyone that fat is ugly. I'm saying she's crossed over now to the point where you have to actually, her health is at risk. This was stupid to show her as the winner of a race. This was irresponsible. This was like, let's have an episode of the Smurfs where they all smoke crack.
Oh,
I might as well.
Yeah, but then Gargamel's got to be the pimp. He's got to provide, Teague.
Oh God, what the hell's ever happened to our culture? Oh God.
Oh no, it's Azrael is the one who's got the rock. He's running the whole fucking shebang. What do you call it? The strong Smurf. What's his name? Muscly Smurf or whatever. Brutal Smurf. Yeah. Paulie Walnut Smurf is running everything. Papa Smurf disappeared last year. No one's heard from him. He's hiding out. It's abandoned. Smurfette just hangs out with Paulie Walnuts. It's a great show now.
Yeah.
Oh God. Yeah, it's pretty irresponsible to show.
Called the Smurf Pranos. I'm sorry, I had to say that.
But she's the only. You know, that's what scared me about Smurfette. She's the only female Smurf in the whole damn thing. I'm like, come on, don't you think that sometimes? Well, I don't even want to say it, but
Resolute Germ can explain that one. Why is there only Smurfette? Like she was formed out of like a pile of like hardened jizz or something like that, like a hardened blue jizz. There's only one Smurfette. There's like a reason.
She's not a
Gargamel. She's not a Smurf. Gargamel made her.
Yeah, Gargamel made her.
Gargamel made her. Okay.
Right.
Through the power of love, Papa Smurf made her into a good person, and for some reason.
But you're saying this woman was naturally evil?
Well, natural for her.
So.
Right, she was naturally evil. Oh, wow.
Wow.
Okay. I wonder what gave him that idea. Where could they have gotten that from?
Wonder. I tell you though, Robot Chicken does great. Yeah, Robot Chicken does great parody of Smurfette though with the Smurfs. Oh my God. Just hilarious.
That is always Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Oh God, yeah. Yeah, it's scary. Oh man. Poor Smurfette.
All right, so Sci-Fi says LDG would love that beer. Then his gorilla calls him a pickle. Well, no, his nickname is not Pickles because he likes pickles. It's because he used to be LDG a Pixel's Delight, but nobody could say. Everybody kept saying Pickle Delight, so that's how he got his nickname.
Yeah,
and you should send him a case anyway. Send him a case anyway, Gorilla.
Jeremy says oddly perverse happenings here. Yeah. A smurfingly adequate plot.
That's right. The Smurf Pranos. You smurfed him to death, Papa Smurf. He broke the smurfing code by smurfing around with the Smurf BI.
Oh, jeez.
All right. Smurfette was made of Gargamel and a brunette. They could just
remember. Yeah.
New planet. All right. They're asking us if we could change the subject here. Let's talk old Trek.
Hey, man, we're not the ones who brought it up. We can't control the chat.
No, but let's change the subject here. People are asking us stuff. But
I watched a bunch of Voyager last night, and what a great show. Jerry Ryan looks fucking fantastic. What is she, like a size 1?
No,
Dixie Baker. Well, her they had that thing so tight on her, she actually cracked her ribs.
Oh, that's right. I remember reading about that.
She wanted to be on TV. But Cher had her ribs cut off. That's no big deal.
What? No. They didn't bring her into what, season 5 or something?
Like a 3.5.
Quite a ways into the show. The show was
season 4.
I think the show was The show was tanking. I gave up. I actually stopped watching it after 2 seasons.
Yeah,
I got so bored. Yeah. And I never watched the rest of them, and now I'm watching some of them. And I got to say, the 7 and 9 episodes are some of the best ones in the series.
Once they get. Because they keep wasting time trying to rescue the Kes and Neelix characters.
Oh,
so what they do is they find a hotter chick, so they're like, okay, Kes is gone. They fire her, and then they're like, all right, let's nerf Neelix a little bit. They're like, maybe we could give him some less annoying clothes, and like maybe he could be less of a dick. And they by the end of season 4, like Voyager's success rate is fairly high as far as entertaining. And Tom Paris goes from being just an infant to being like a big kid. Like he's like he loves Captain Proton in 20th Century TV instead of like having little baby fits with Chakotay all the time.
Yeah, I'm a little harsher on it. I'm thinking season 5 now or something, and Voyager is a weird show for me. Like it's this one I probably put down near the bottom, even though I think it can be fabulous at times and have some some fantastically great episodes. It also there's a lot of really weak-assed ones too, like really bad.
I agree. But after season 3, the bad ones are funny the way the ones from older Star Trek would be. Like that, the humor of Star Trek returns. There are episodes that fail, but you're like, oh my god, this crazy fucking captain is going to have sex with a hologram, and she's really in love with him, and she controls these people's lives. What an idiot! It's like sometimes it's epically funny.
Yeah, I think I watched that one on the weekend. I kind of put it around a C-. But I still think there's a lot of problems in Voyager that I just, what drives me nuts is
that the captain won't do anything wrong till she turns around and murders one of her own crew members.
Well, sometimes that Janeway, I put her pretty much low on the captain's list because she can be very inconsistent in her decision making. Sometimes she's brilliant, sometimes she's really on track, and sometimes she can make some really stupid decisions that could jeopardize the whole crew. Right? It's inconsistent. That's what I don't like about Voyager. The writing's inconsistent. You have some great writers. You have some shitty writers. You have some great characters. You have some boring characters. To me, it's just all over the map. And I still am going to watch it because I haven't seen a lot of the later episodes. And I'm going to watch them right through the end of the series because I want to. Because, there are a lot of great aspects. Like Seven, I think, is a great character. And she's so well written. I mean, the writers must have had a thing for Jeri Ryan, right? Because they often give her the most fabulous dialogue in any episode, even if it's a mediocre one. Jeri will get some great, lines through the episode.
Well,
so
they realize. Show.
Yeah, I agree. I would also say this: the story they give her, though, they just take what was going on with Kes, and hand it to Seven. They're like, okay, so you hang out in the medical bay and talk to the doctor a lot when you're not hanging out looking beautiful, staring into the screen. And so it was the same thing as Kes, except instead of, and R.M. Briggs has said this a bunch of times, instead of Super Kes, where she was like able to be like an awesome medic for human beings when she was like 26 months old or some bullshit like that.
Right.
Jeri Ryan, like Seven has like a learning process, and like she has also like, sorry, go ahead.
Well, here's the comparison for you. Okay, so if you watch TNG and you see over the course of 7 seasons that Data's trying to become more human, well, then now we've got, 709 who's disconnected from the Borg collective, and now she's trying to get back her humanity with Annika, being Annika Hansen. And I don't think so. I don't see much of a difference. I don't see much of a difference.
I strongly disagree that she's trying to become human. She's trying to strike a medium. She never. Yeah, she wants to be somewhat. She wants to understand the humans. But she's sort of like a super Vulcan in her outlook. She's like the most dry, the most literal human being in the world. And of course, she destroys Garrett Wang's work as Harry Kim in one scene where she's like, oh, you're talking about sex. Remove your clothes and we'll begin coitus immediately. And he's like, no. And I'm like, okay, fuck him. He's an idiot.
So is Harry Kim a total moron or what? Like, seriously? Like,
until they need him to be a genius, yeah, he's pretty naive. He falls in love on the holodeck a bunch of times, including with you should not go into that holodeck. The Voyager holodeck is completely fucked up. It's the worst one in Starfleet, but he's fallen in love even with like some weird vampiric memory parasite creature in there that was like an alien.
That's kind of another weird aspect of Voyager. Actually, is some of the episodes they have set in there are pretty fucked up, actually.
They have the most weird crew. They have the most fucked up ship. They have the most fucked up transporter. Everything they do is fucking. The transporter created Tuvix. Come on.
Yeah, right. Well, I feel badly because if I'm Harry Kim, I don't know if I'd want to have a friend like Tom Paris.
I always find Tom Paris to be basically, he does so many stupid things so often in episodes.
That's what I'm saying.
I think he's an idiot, actually. I really do. I think Tom is like
They make him less stupid. They after Jerry Ryan shows up, like there was a sit down of some kind where they realized they're like, our show's not working and we're in danger of not making it 7 years, and they're like, let's have a frank discussion about what's wrong. And like, well, what do the fans say? That was like the fucking smart move. And they're like, they say that they don't like Kes because she's creepy. They're like, but that's a great character. We love Kes. We put so much work into finding her. It's like, yeah, but she's done. Okay, we'll fire her. They say they hate Neil. It's like, well, he's got an ironclad contract. Ethan Phillips was a Broadway star. You know what I mean? It was like he had, like, for some reason, well, his agent made a better deal. We got to keep him. And it's like, all right, fuck. We'll give him an outfit that isn't loud as fuck.
Right.
I can't argue with that assessment.
And they're like, we want to fire Tim Russ. He's
a real character after season, I believe, season 3 or so.
3.5. Yeah. Once he starts dating B'Elanna and when he starts cosplaying as Captain Proton, his relationship with Harry Kim starts to work. And when he starts dating B'Elanna, he's less of an annoying child-like dick and more of like a big kid.
Yeah, those first 3 seasons, he was basically, hey, you know that guy you were on TNG? You're going to be him in everything but name. But after that, they let him actually make Tom Paris.
He does improve. I got to say, he does.
He directs.
We actually had him direct a few episodes.
He directs some good episodes.
He does start to improve when he's getting into the proton thing and all that stuff. That's kind of entertaining, I got to say.
They finally gave him
a great episode. I love that.
They finally gave him his own traits instead of just like, I like to fly really fast and tell Chakotay to go fuck himself. Like that's all he had going for him. It's like Mr. Paris, assume standard orbit. It's like, I've already done it. Ah! Like he was almost a new Trek character the first few years. It's an emotional little bitch.
All right.
Yeah, and then
I just want to say, Mikey. Welcome to Daniel's Hot Topics. Welcome.
Oh yeah, hi Daniel. How's it going?
Hey Daniel.
Hey Danny.
Hey Daniel.
Yeah. Oh, and Pop. Yes, we did stop talking about new Trek. Don't worry. We're talking about Voyager now. Good Trek.
I have a feeling
older Trek.
I have a feeling Pop's not too thrilled about Voyager either, though. Actually, Mikey, I'm just taking a guess.
He's never watched any Star Trek show except TOS.
Well, he has seen enough of TNG to call Picard a pussy. So, you know,
you only need to see like 2 episodes of that. Yeah.
Okay, what you need. See, this is what I did. I think I did the smart thing. I watched TOS when it went into syndication. And then I saw TAS on Saturday mornings. I could enjoy my Saturday mornings and have animated Star Trek. And it still had the original characters. Some of their original voices were still there. So I could enjoy that. And then when
Me too.
Yeah.
Then when I had Saturday morning,
Yeah. Then when TNG came, I'm like, okay,
it was everybody
kind of bad, but second season improved. And I mean, it improved over time. And
TAS was everybody but Chekhov.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically,
That's why Chekhov's not in the series, because
he writes 2 episodes so they can throw him some money though.
Yeah, that's good. But basically, they didn't want to hire most of the original cast back to do the voice acting, if I remember reading correctly from some of the articles I read. And it was Leonard Nimoy that said, "Fuck this! I'm going to stand up for my guys in the cast that I worked with for 3 years on TOS. Like, you got to bring these guys back and pay them some fucking money to do the voices, or this thing's gonna probably suck, right?" And he fought for it, and they brought him back. Well, like power to Nimoy for that, right?
Yeah, and Gene's big move of, no, we're not going to have a child companion for every single member of the crew. That would be pretty lame. That would have killed Star Trek right there. And that show didn't air as Star Trek the cartoon. It aired as Star Trek. End of story. Star Trek, it was to me, Star Trek. We didn't find out for years it wasn't. It was only kind of sort of Star Trek.
Yeah. And
it was Star Trek before it wasn't. Hello, Jim. Yeah, and it was Star Trek before it wasn't. You know what, Pop Culture? Things have changed since you spoke to me. You said you hated it and never watched it.
No, he's seen all. I remember him saying he's seen all TNG there. He just didn't like Picard as the captain.
I thought he told me that he stopped watching it because it was so horrible to him. But all right, fine.
Go ahead, Dad.
I would agree with Pop that I did not care for Picard in the TV show. He was too much of a a virtue signal or oracle that did not have any combat backbone to him. But in the movies, he was kind of the opposite, actually, from what I've seen of the Picard character in the movies.
Yeah, they scrap the show and they go with this weird new thing where it's just Picard and his freaky fucking friends. Oh, Phantom Boomer.
I know one thing.
Boomer.
Oh, hey, sorry, Phantom Boomer. Hello.
Hey, Phantom Boomer. Okay, here's what I was trying to complete my thought on that. Like I said, so TOS, TAS, TNG, Voyager, DS9, and Enterprise all had slow starts, but at least they finished great, in my opinion.
Deep Space Nine, in my opinion, has a really good pilot, and then the bottom falls out for a while before it gets it back together. To me,
got it back. Yeah, right. But I feel like every one of them finished pretty strongly. And I was really excited, and that's the most
Voyager just shortcuts to the end. But do you mean it was a better show the last season?
Oh, which one are you talking about?
Well, with two of these shows, like Voyager, for instance, the last episode is like, what the fuck? Then we're just like, we're going to shortcut our way home, and then
great they were able to shortcut their way home, and they did it pretty effectively. I mean, a paralytic pathogen. I mean, that wasn't even thought of like earlier in the season or in the series, So
I thought it was kind of dumb, but that's me. But the other thing would be like Enterprise. They graft an episode on there that's almost unrelated to them, and they're forced to kind of be in a puppet show of their own show. That sucked.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they could have done without the hologram and Troy and Riker for sure. That was disappointing.
What we're really saying is they ended with good seasons, right? Because the final episodes, they're kind of actually terrible.
Yeah, well, no, I feel, in my opinion, that I still prefer them over what I saw after Enterprise, and I don't even want to go into that. So.
Well, yeah, but we're changing. Yeah, we're changing what we're talking. The Matrix.
But Voyager is definitely lower than there's a good gap between Voyager and everything else.
Yeah, Voyager would be like, it's slightly better than Deep Space Nine, but it's nowhere near as good as Enterprise, then like TNG in the original series, just magnitudes above it.
They stand out, right? But believe me, Germ, I would watch 10 episodes of Voyager over one stupid shitty episode of Discovery or Prodigy or any of these.
Well, that real Star Trek, not this.
There's
stuff shed out right now. That's not real Star Trek. That's someone bastardizing a IP that they really shouldn't have rights to anymore.
It's cash cow crap. That's what it is.
It's not making them much cash. It's making more cash they're losing money on that. But just honestly, with the whole Star Trek thing right now, is that Voyager starts to be a more entertaining show after that. Like, it takes a lot longer than most other shows to get going. There's a lot of unentertaining episodes early on, but once they get it, they get it. With Deep Space Nine, the occasional bipolar badness is sort of marbled through the whole run. Like, you could run into a terrible DS9 episode at any time. But there's a couple that I just can't watch. I'm prepared to say that 51% of Deep Space Nine is 51% kind of bad. It's still real Star Trek and stuff, but there's a lot of magic mixed in. It's like they're kind of trying to like get some Star Wars stuff going on there with the wormhole deities and shit like that. And sometimes it doesn't make sense at all, like when they go to Risa and Worf joins the anti-Federation protest.
PvP, do you mind Voyager's season 6 and 7 spoilers for future episodes, or do you not really care? Because Mikey was talking about them a few minutes ago. I guess he muted himself apparently.
If you're asking me, I don't care. I know that I've seen Picard. I know that Tuvok comes home, and because he's a new Trek character. I know that Tuvok's wife was very happy when he was reported missing, and then moved in immediately with the woman she was seeing, and that Tuvok's daughters were very happy with second mom, and they forgot about Tuvok almost immediately, and that Tuvok's granddaughter probably was never told of him and was upset to learn of him when he came back. Everyone was very sad. It was a lot like Awake, and he agreed with them, and he's never gone to see them. He just like spoke to them like briefly on the holonet. They said it wouldn't be logical, and now he just drinks because he's a new Trek character, so he has to be miserable, he has to be alone, he has to be a bad father, and he has to be a fucking drunk. He needs a secret too.
Tell me,
he likes dudes now or something. He's got a secret too.
Tell me, have any of you seen the Star Trek standalone thing? Star Trek Renegades.
I've seen the first episode. Was someone impressed? But it, that fan film, yeah. But yeah, it was okay. I mean, I wish they could have maybe added a few more episodes to it, but they only had the one, right? So
yeah, well,
Renegades, yeah.
Well, something happened. Well, something happened. Something happened behind the scenes because we only got one episode of that fan fiction.
Can I adjust Daniel's comment from before, because it's like it's a pretty good one. He says the Hollow Doctor was created based off Moriarty in TNG. So the nannies, buddy, I didn't know that. Apparently Moriarty was just to be in Voyager, and he made his way onto the ship, and he would have been a regular. It would have been interesting to use. They loved that actor, but I think doesn't he end up like, isn't he the nanny's buddy? Right? Isn't he like the stuffy butler on the nanny? So he's doing good.
Yeah,
I can't get him.
Yeah,
he was still on that show
butler,
when Voyager was out, so they weren't outbidding the nanny at that time.
He didn't need them either. He was like, thanks. And I think he's a Star Wars guy. I think he's the one person who did both. He might have been like an Imperial fucking captain or something, ship captain.
And he did narrate a few Star Wars audiobooks. He did Plagueis, the audiobook version.
Yeah, cool. Well, you know who I think made a great transition from Red Dwarf, the guy who played Arnold Rimmer and then became the butler for Angelina Jolie's Lara Croft in Tomb Raider and Tomb Raider Cradle of Life. Hello, lucky gig or what?
All right, can we catch up on chats here?
Yeah, sure, man. Go ahead.
All right, Edge of Time says, add that to your Kelvin timeline.
Oh, God, no, please.
Right, we have addressed that one there. Edge of Time says, Rose Tico wants your gunny sack back, Tilly.
You know what? Google Kelly Marie Tran, the actress who plays her, and look what she looks like. She's the first example of uglied up on purpose.
Yikes.
All right, Daniel says Tom Paris was supposed to be the Kirk-like rebel character for Voyager. Okay.
He's right, and they out-Kirked themselves because he's going up against Chakotay, who's Riker, who's Kirk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Then Edge of Time says it's good enough for Lincoln probably. Then we said hello to Jim already. If you didn't hear, welcome Jim. We do justice here because Pop has seen all of TNG. I know he has.
My mistake.
Yeah, LG Time says, welcome to the many faces of Jim. And Dale says, season 4, episode 14 of Voyager, Message in Bottle was the best.
I think we watched
That was a good episode. That was a good episode.
Yeah, it is a good episode. I agree, but I wish it was more. I wish they had emphasized a little bit more of Barclay.
Is that the one? Wait, okay. Message in the Bottle is Barclay.
Yeah, that's Barclay.
No, it's not. Message in a Bottle was the Prometheus episode where he goes, where the doctor follows those.
Right.
And he meets Andy Dick.
Andy Dickus. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good episode.
It's okay. I mean, those two are comedian guys, so yeah, they made fun on set, but yeah.
No, it's a good starship. The episode itself is sort of hit and miss.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
Yeah, I will say that the Romulan subplot of that episode was kind of silly because
we've got Joaquin from Wrath of Khan as the Romulan. Gentlemen, I protest.
Well, I would say that. Well, if you go by the timeline roughly in the Star Trek universe, that was during the Dominion War, and the Romulans and the Federation were somewhat on neutral at best and not outright hostile at worst. But they were kind of neutral party during that war, so the Romulans should not really be hijacking the Prometheus at that time, a Federation ship, because that could lead to a major incident between the Romulan Empire and the Federation.
They're 100 years after. Voyager, I think, if I caught the Stargate right, is exactly 100 years after TOS, because it's their start date starts with it was like 2366 or 2466. It ended with the 66.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty close. But that episode of Voyager does take place right as canonically and actually in air dates takes place before the Romulans enter the war. So they're closer to the Dominion side than the Federation side.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that was my point. I mean, that is the character, the Andy Dick character, actually specifies that they're at war with the Dominion in that episode. So that's why I was trying to figure out the timeline roughly when Voyager takes place at. So it's roughly the same time.
Voyager, you can tell when it takes place because they leave from Deep Space Nine.
Yeah. Well,
it's season 6 of DS9.
Yeah, so I would say that just having the Romulans in that episode was just a bad take because the Romulans are neutral party during the Dominion War.
Yeah, but they're dicks.
Not very.
They're dicks. The Romulans will fuck with anybody all the time. They're always pushing the envelope. They're lousy, underhanded, low-life Romulans.
And sometimes they're very cowardly.
Yeah. Besides, it was the Tal Shiar, not the fleet or the government pulling the strings on that one.
Go ahead.
Tal Shiar was bullied into letting the Romulans join the war by the fleet.
Oh yeah, sorry, Jerm. Go ahead, Gorilla. You want to finish the chat there?
All right. Edgertype says, I suspect on a clear night you could still hear the Hollywood rusting.
Rusting, yeah.
Yeah. Then Boomer says, damn it, Jim's landscaping there. He says, how you pop? How you? Saying hello. And
that would probably make a lot of money. Change the name of it to Damn It Jim's Landscaping. Like I would call it, Damn it Jim, get over here. Yeah, he has to hear it anyway.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, Edgertype says, shout out to my bromies. What the heck is bromies? And Edgertype says, peak Marvel Sins was that Avengers musical using no-name community theater types, message and medium confused.
Oh, that's in Hawkeye. They go to see Rogers the musical.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like Ren, but not as heterosexual.
Right.
And Gorilla, I think Edge of Time is calling us bronies.
Oh, okay.
We do not look at horses like
the
that.
Wrong show.
Yeah, we talked about this one already, Gorilla, about the Hollow Doctor, the image being based off of Moriarty and TNG. So, yeah.
All right, and we already addressed that. Hail Boomer, and I saw Star Trek Renegades back in 2014. Cool, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, you need to see it, but I wish they had, like I said, they could have done a few more episodes, and I guess they either ran out of money or not enough Patreon patronage or anything. But that episode did feature, Walter Koenig and Russ and Tim Russ. So I thought that's pretty cool. Yeah. So that wasn't bad. I actually liked it, but yeah.
All right. And did you see in the Lara Croft movie, the butler was sparring with Lara, that was interesting?
Yeah, with Lara Croft. Yeah, that's a great. We own them all, actually. We own all 3 Tomb Raiders. Me and Suzanne.
Yeah. All right.
The new Tomb Raider is just it's written by the Captain Marvel writer. I can't imagine it's any good.
Alicia Vikander did her own stunts. Yeah.
They did a third one
never
of those?
been asked. There was a reboot.
It was a reboot. Alicia Vikander was playing Angelina Jolie's part.
They went ugly on purpose.
Vikander was okay. She did her own stunts. I mean, Jolie can't even say she did all of her own stunts. She did like half. Vikander did everything.
So what? I don't really feel like anything could run down the good name of Lara Croft. It's about a chick in hot pants who solves puzzles.
And has attractive boobs as well, I'm guessing.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. She's hot. Guys like to play the video game because Lara Croft is evocative of a hot chick, right? Because it's pixels, whatever. But whatever. So they make a movie. Angelina Jolie is in line with what you're expecting to see with Lara Croft. Like Vikander. Okay, like all right, like she's not ugly. I'm kidding around, but have you seen what the new Lara Croft is going to look like in the next video game? She's pants and she's real ugly, but she's ugly in the face too.
But I saw a pic of that a couple days ago, Teague, and she has no tits either, like absolutely zero tits.
No, but she has like the plainest, meanest scowl face. It's like Mary Jane in Spider-Man. It's like, why is this person like? Why would Spider-Man ever date this woman?
She's built like a man.
Lara Croft. You shouldn't be looking at her face.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's the thing.
The other chick's not exactly got the. I don't remember her body like striking me the way Angelina Jolie's does, but maybe that's nobody's fault. But that might just be like.
Yeah, I was gonna say in relation to that, in about 5 days, I played this app on Facebook called Hero Wars. And in 5 days, they're going to bring Lara Croft into our Hero Wars universe as one of those heroes. And I was like, okay. I don't know how they're going to incorporate her into it, but, I think she looks pretty good on the Hero Wars site. So, where she's going to be at. So we'll see, I guess.
All right. Advertise says it's a good thing women demand quality entertainment. They are protecting us from endless Star Wars shows.
I think sheer failure might be protecting us from that. Like when they're pushing that next Star Wars thing, the Acolyte. When they mentioned projects coming, what they said from the people. When they mentioned the projects they'd done in the past, they were like very selective. They're like. From the people who bought U.S. Holka and Andor. And it's like, I know those are 2 different teams, but it's like, so those are the ones they've decided to stake there. They know Obi-Wan, they know Kenobi sucked, and they know that Boba Fett was garbage.
Yeah. Hey, just go with the tried and true formula for everything. Just put a chick in and make her gay.
Jesus.
Respect my authority.
Right, come on there, girl. Keep going. Catch up.
All right. Boomer here says, Gorillas, I DM'd you a pic of a well-known actress when she's young. You won't guess who she is.
No, challenge.
I'm not good with Dave. I could pull it up here.
You know what? Girl's going to be embarrassed if all 5 of us can guess who she is, and he's like, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's what the government wants us to think, PvP.
Yeah.
Well, I probably would not be able to recognize her unless she's in a TV show or movie I've seen in the old days.
Yeah, well, I probably have a 50-50 chance myself. It's like,
we got a good shot if it's Melissa Gilbert, guys.
But don't forget, out of the 6 of us, 4 of us are pretty old.
I mean, she looks familiar. She looks a bit.
Can you
she
share?
Looks familiar, but I can't. Give me a second, PvP.
Let's see.
Yeah, you're bursting my 3-year-old.
Gotta keep you on track there, girl. Well. That looks like 1930s, man.
Yeah.
Somebody's screwing with us here. That's like 1930s actors.
That looks like Hedy Lamarr.
What era is she from? What era is she from?
Now it's in black and white too. That's kind of a giveaway, is it not?
It could be Hedy Lamarr. It could also be Lucille Ball.
It's not Lucille Ball.
I bet you it's Lucille Ball.
That's Granny Clampett? Oh my god, are you serious? That's Ryan? Oh wow.
Which would make it Wilma Flintstone, right?
Oh no. No, they're talking about it from the Beverly Hillbillies. That's
Granny
Grandma.
Clampett.
Irene Ryan.
Oh wait, no, not Granny Clampett. The aunt who was a little fatter. That's Wilma Flintstone.
No, it's not. That's not
pretty
Wilma
sure it
Flintstone.
Wilma.
Wilma Flintstone was like on the TV show, the Beverly Hillbillies. So, oh wait, the Clampetts are the Beverly Hillbillies. She was on the radio version. They had her on the TV show as like a recurring character.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm totally lost there.
Yeah. Daniel says, "Oh yeah, Judson Scott from Jock Chim, and he was a Romulan in A Message in a Bottle. He was the Romulan commander of the Prometheus."
Yeah,
he was also in Star Trek 2. Don't forget.
Yeah, he's the guy who tells.
He's
the guy who tells Khan at the end. He's like, while he's dying on the bridge, he's like, "Yours is the superior intellect." You know, he's also the one who tells them that they should like maybe not be so aggressive and stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, you got a starship, you can go off and do whatever you want, like, go colonize the planet somewhere. And it's like, Khan is so bent on revenge, his judgment is totally clouded by that point.
Yeah. You go back and you ransack the space station first. It's a scientific space station. He's a genius. He could probably start working on his own Genesis device. He's got nothing but time. He's fucking genetically superior. He could live for a good old long time. Despite the apparent aging in the real show.
Well, he did live on Ceti Alpha 5. Within Ceti Alpha 5.
The thing is, though, with he had the Genesis device. He could have warped to like 10,000 light years or whatever the fuck he could do at maximum.
Or warp to Earth.
He could just like terraform. Well, fuck, if he terraformed Earth, like wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he was in a position.
Yeah.
He could have pulled blackmail on the Federation, been like, "Here are my terms. I will rule in peace the way I once did. You will be under my yoke." Like Khan would have just pulled something like that. Like Khan had a fucking Death Star level shot, like a one-shot Death Star tech. But also, he could probably replicate it. Khan is smart enough to build another one.
Yeah, and I didn't understand it because
that could have made Star Trek 3 incredible if they'd gone with that storyline.
That's why they wanted that shit gone from Star Trek. They wanted that shit gone from Star. That's why the planet's unstable and they never talk about it again. They're like, we don't want to mix and match Death Star stuff into Star Trek anymore. They're like, that's a little too close to Star Wars. Like, we want to have our own identity. And of course, when they get JJ, it's just Death Star in every fucking movie.
It's just death. It's over at that point for me.
Yeah.
All right, so the second movie didn't technically have a Death Star. It had a fucking Constitution-class starship that was 50 times bigger and all black. What a genius invention, Khan.
Woo.
Yeah, and because the Persians did not know how to fight because they did not have more guns on their ships. Yeah, right.
Yeah. So what were you saying, Gorilla, about Judson Scott there? Phantom Boomer was saying?
Judson Scott had a very short-lived TV show of his own. I forgot the title. Played an alien on Earth.
The Man from Phoenix.
That's the guy, the Phoenix guy.
That's it. Yeah, the Phoenix guy. Yeah, Phoenix Man. Yeah.
He was a decent actor. It's too bad he didn't get a little better shot in his career, but yeah.
Yeah, right. And Phantom Boomer says,
I actually liked Vic Gander. She was very fit, more so than Jolie, who was also in Man from U.N.C.L.E.
She looks a little like Greta Thunberg.
Oh, you're talking the movie, I'm guessing.
No, I like that. I like that reboot of Man from U.N.C.L.E. Cavill was in that, right? Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, Henry Cavill. I have not seen it because I'm a hardcore fan of the original 4 seasons of Man from U.N.C.L.E. That's one of my top 10 shows of all time. I love that show. You got Ilya, you got Napoleon. It's like fucking great stories. Well, season 3 sucked because they got into the stupid shit with the Batman effect thing happening, which ruined a lot of shows in that year. But other than that, it's a really good show.
Well, yeah, you and I really liked it, but like I told you guys, when I get to my reviews of A-Team in season 5, when Robert Vaughn came on as General Stockwell, they brought back David McCallum, and they called it they called it the spy affair, the spy uncle affair, and they brought the two of them back, and that was probably one of the
I gotta watch that one.
Yeah, it was very good. It's on 18 season 5. You got to find it.
That sounds hilarious, actually.
Yeah, it is, and the funny thing is that David McCallum plays a criminal, and he kidnaps Stockwell, and then the A-Team has to go to get him, because if they don't, immediately his secretary on that big ass plane of theirs is going to turn in, to the government saying, "Oh, by the way, you didn't kill the A-Team; they're alive, and you can go after them again." So then they have to go, save Stockwell. So I think it's a hilarious episode.
Here's their address, so you can track them down, right?
Yeah, no shit.
You know, Mikey, about the Man from U.N.C.L.E. 15 years later affair. You've heard of that?
Yes. Yeah, that was good. I liked it.
That's a great movie, because they not only have Napoleon and Ilya, doing some cool shit, but
they had Lazenby.
George Lazenby, and they don't. Bond. And it's basically Bond, right? Driving his car around. It's fantastic. Yes. And I'm sure there's a couple other spies in there too. I can't remember, but
there were a few. They mixed them all together. It was like a great universe.
I withdraw the Wilma Flintstone. I withdraw the Wilma Flintstone comment. I just looked at that IMDb. That woman has like 600 fucking credits.
I still wanted to bang Betty anyway, so I don't care about Wilma.
Jean Vanderpyle is in a million things. She looks familiar, but mostly it's voice work, especially after like 1966 or some shit. But maybe she was like the nosy neighbor in Bewitched. She looks slightly familiar.
Yeah.
They had 2 of those in Bewitched, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, right. They have different.
Yes, they did.
They change out. And we also remember we have Larry Tate's wife, who's a little nosy too.
Yeah. But they had was it Mrs. Cramden?
No, Mrs. Kravitz.
Yeah,
Mrs.
they had the original one, which was great, but then she sadly in real life got cancer and died. Right. And then they brought in the second actress, which was, she was good too, but yeah.
I think Andorra also dies of cancer either like right after the show, or she gets sick during the show.
I think
John Wayne and everyone else all caught cancer. Like a bunch of her and a bunch of other stars caught cancer filming this movie called The Conqueror.
The Conqueror.
They fucking filmed it right inside the White Sands test site. They're walking around at Ground Zero.
Bomb, right?
Fucking no wonder John Wayne had lung cancer. He's like, I breathe the radioactive dust of freedom in Ground Zero, buddy.
And I chew it up.
Oh my gosh!
I think Agnes Moorehead did actually survive the entire Bewitched series, though. Actually, Teague, and then she might have died some years after that. But I remember her going. I think pretty much because I was a Bewitched fan, so I think she survived to do all the episodes.
She might have even made it to the reunion series, but I think she got sick and it was somebody made a tree of people from that movie and connected all of them I mean, they all smoked and stuff too. Who knows?
It was the 60s, yeah.
But when they made the movie, it was within 8 years of the explosion, right? That movie is middle of John Wayne's career, not the very, very end, is it? That movie's 1950, right?
Something in the 50s, I think, yeah.
Orson Welles is in it too, right?
Not a high point of Wayne's career either. That's considered a really awful.
That movie is not so great.
Okay.
Yeah, they all got cancer for that horrible piece of shit. It was like dying to make. It's like getting killed making Solo.
He's referring to me, there, Gorilla. I was trying to answer a TNG anagram, and I answered it as Perfect Meat instead of The Perfect Mate, which was an episode for TNG. They're not going to let me forget it, are you, Thomas Potts?
Okay, I have to know how you spelled meat.
I love Daniel's comment.
Yeah. No, I spelled it M-E-A-T. That's what it was, but yeah.
Hey, welcome, Thomas. Welcome. How have you been?
Hi, Thomas.
Now, I need to make a couple of corrections. This is not to offend anyone. But PvP, Jettison is spelled Jettison. Terraform is Terraform. Kukla is Kukla. And SETI Alpha 5 is CETI, not SETTI. There. Now we're done.
Well, I'm glad you're keeping us on track because
I'm trying.
I'm so glad. I actually was expecting to be doing Lost in Space tonight, and then unfortunately Pop wasn't able to make it. So Gorilla was generous enough, as he kindly is most of the time, all the time, to go on and do a live panel stream like all us crazy people can hang out here. And shortly after that, I put my laundry on, and it's in the dryer now, so I got about 40 minutes, and I'm going to go get it out of the dryer, and I'll have clean laundry. And I don't know why I'm even talking about this, because I've totally lost my train of thought. I'm an idiot. Sorry, guys.
Tell me, to all you guys that seen Bewitched, which Darren do you prefer? Which actor?
Oh, the first one by far.
Yeah, the first one.
Dick York over Sargent, no question.
Dick York will always be Darren to me.
He is Darren. There is no other. That's it.
Yeah, the same goes for me. Because the other one, he was just a total. He had to stick up his ass constantly.
Well, I think the problem was he was trying to fill the boots of the original actor, which was, because Dick York was such a good actor playing Darren in the show. I mean, because he had to quit, I think, because of severe back pain or something. I've read.
Yes.
He was very incapacitated. So, Sargent came in, and he had large boots to fill. So I think he did a reasonable job. In the
show
final
kind of
seasons.
refocused on her, right? Like he's like Darren becomes a little bit less of a part of the. He spends a little more time at work, and Larry Tate starts showing up more at the house to say.
Well, I love Larry Tate anyway. I mean, Larry Tate.
Oh yeah,
good enough for Larry.
Larry Tate was great. Yeah, I had no problems with him, and of course,
the
lady that played Larry Tate's wife. I mean, she had to put up with him.
Remember the episode where Larry Tate tried to cheat on his wife and Samantha had to use magic to stop him?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember that one. That must
yes, I do.
Yeah, I do. And that, oh my God.
do you guys remember the original episode?
And why? I'm sorry, PvP. Just really quick. Does anyone really believe that the actor who played Larry Tate was the kind of person who'd ever have a wife, a female one at least?
Yeah, right. You would never think that.
Larry Tate. I mean, come on. We know you, Larry. We know the deal.
Right, but we're talking 60s TV back then, so people didn't give a shit. I mean, he could look like Hagrid or something, and still have a wife. They didn't care back then.
Nobody cared about that stuff back then, right, Mikey? It's like we just wanted fun.
No,
right?
no.
We just wanted to laugh our asses off,
Yeah, well now it's crazy.
For us watching now, you're like you see Larry Tate and several several alarms go off in your mind. You're like ding ding ding. It's like Larry, I know the deal.
Yeah.
Well, you always
go ahead, Gorilla. Go ahead, Gorilla.
All right, is that Kukula, Franny, or Ollie?
Yeah,
Kukula, Fran, and Ollie. It should be, I think.
Ollie, or Ollie.
And by the way, interesting stuff from PCC. I mean, that changes the whole thing if PCC's right there, and I'm gonna go out on a limb and say he probably is.
Yeah. Now, when you say this, you gotta say it like Montalban says. He says, "This is SETI Alpha 5. SETI Alpha 6 exploded. The shockwave devastated the planet, and it was laid waste. Admiral Kirk never bothered to check on our progress."
I want to say, I after he says, the planet was laid waste, he's like makes a little gesture when he said it. He's like, Admiral Kirk, because he's so pissed that Kirk has advanced in his career, and I think. Maybe he read the Starfleet handbook and he's like, well, this Captain Kirk guy will be gone in 2 years. He sucks. And then when he hears because when he hears Admiral, he's like, what the fuck?
Damn it.
Oh, he's like Admiral Kirk.
He says it three different ways. He says it three totally different ways. First, dumbfounded, then sort of coming to terms with it in disbelief, and then the third time angered. It's like Admiral. And he's like, that's when he realizes he can beat that's when he realizes he can take on the Federation. He's like, these guys are losers. I've got one of their captains and they made that idiot a fucking captain. I almost snuffed him on his bridge.
Well, you know what I just love? This is the example of why I love Ricardo Montalban.
Yes.
Montalban is a fabulous actor. Like everything I ever saw him he was fucking great, and he's fucking awesome in this movie. He's fucking awesome in Space Seed. He's fucking awesome in Star Trek 2. It's like, and look at the chest on that guy.
Options.
How many times have you read that people say, "Oh, it couldn't be his real chest. It must have been a prosthetic, fake chest."
The costume makes it look like it's fake, but I believe what William Shatner said.
I've always read that he pumped iron and worked the hell out to get ready for that movie, and I think that
it wasn't for the movie. You know what it was?
Real chest.
It wasn't just for the movie. It was that he said that. Here's the deal. He was in I think more appearances on Bonanza and stuff like that than anybody else, or some shit like that. And he was always playing shirtless Native Americans. So he always kept so he kept in shape, and he just had a really good workout routine because he's he never knew when he was going to be shirtless on TV. So he's okay, and so it continues throughout his career.
I think
he just appeared on Bonanza, and I think it was Big Valley and stuff like that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sense of pride is what I'm guessing too, right?
For sure.
You know what? 60 isn't so old, right? You know what I mean? If you figure he's so young looking, when he's in his 40s, he's still playing 30-ish kind of Indians and other stuff like that. Obviously he could play outright Mexican people. He's in those Planet of the Apes movies where you don't see his physique, but throughout the 70s, he's playing Indians and stuff like that. He's shirtless a lot. I can understand how when Fantasy Island starts, a 52-year-old Ricardo Montalban was I'm just going to keep up with this routine because if I remember correctly, it wasn't pumping iron. He just did tons of push-ups and stuff, and that's why he didn't want to risk injury, so he just he kept up a calisthenic routine his whole life.
Yeah. Well,
he swam a lot and shit.
Yeah, he looks thin, but sleek.
He looks honestly. If you watch
Fantasy
Island,
in a white jacket, coat and everything, and he's standing next to Tattoo, and he's looking good. You
know what? Watch Planet of the Apes. Watch Planet of the Apes. The fifth. Watch the third one. Escape from the Planet of the Apes, where he's in the end, and the next one where he's in the beginning. He is a big fucking guy.
Yeah. Yeah, he played the zookeeper.
And at that point, he's 43, circus owner, Armando. Yeah, he's 40, 42, 43 at that point.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no, he was good in that. So, oh, yes. And rest in peace, King Theoden of Rohan, Bernard Hill, who died at the age of 79.
Are you talking about the guy in Lord of the Rings?
Yep.
And he's also the captain of the Titanic.
Yes.
Yeah, I read that the other day about one of the actors from Lord of the Rings had passed on. Fuck.
Yeah. No, it's the same guy. It's been about 40 hours, 36 hours. So it's covered parts of 3 days, but it was literally yesterday. It's 3 days ago for me right now as we hit midnight in the East Coast.
It's about a day and a half for me. But any famous actor is going to be getting known for multiple roles, right? So that makes sense.
And I think, and T made a good point. I think he played a great Captain Smith in the Titanic movie that Cameron did. Yeah, absolutely.
I did not see. I've still not seen that movie.
Yeah, it's still good. Still good.
So many on my watch list.
The Con guy does the soundtrack.
Yeah.
And PvP and that Titanic movie, there is one scene you may love to enjoy in that movie.
Were they chugging eggnog?
No.
Okay. I just had to ask.
Oh Jesus! No, they never
get my humor by now. You never will. Okay, what were they doing? Tell me.
They were doing. Jack Dawson was doing a nude picture of Rose.
Yeah, that's the best part.
Okay, well,
for Gorilla anyway. I like the rest of it. To be honest, I really didn't want to see the actress, but I guess maybe they needed some comic porn. I guess maybe that's what I called it.
Comic porn. Now there's a concept I never thought about before.
And you know what?
He is not that good looking.
Oh yeah, since you have a degree in art PvP, you may find the drawing. You probably will critique the hell out of that picture once you see it in the movie. You probably hey, this is pretty good, or this is terrible, or this is okay.
I probably would, because
Kate.
If I remember that correctly, I was like, "That's a really cool car." Like that's how hot she is. I was like, "Wow, look at that car she's in."
And yeah, but Teague, I mean, the logistics of doing it in a Model T. Come on, seriously.
I'm just saying, like she's so hot. She's so hot that when she was naked, I had time to notice the car. Like she's all right. I mean, she's not ugly.
Well, Mikey, she knows how to tee off, right?
Thomas.
Well, there are guys that get turned on by naked females porn, and there are guys that get turned on by car porn. So I respect both of those.
Yeah, come on, guys, respect my orientation here. My initials are like my pronouns are Mopar. No, just between everybody, like she did kill Jack.
Yeah, she did.
He could have found another piece of wood.
And we all thank her for that.
Yeah.
Are you saying he died because his wood wasn't sufficient?
Oh my god.
Well, if I remember correctly, what happens is Ruby Rose and Kate Winslet are on top of the piece of wood, and she's like, "Jack, I can't make it," and Ruby Rose is like, my heart will go on," and he just like sinks into the water.
Fuck. That's the story of my life. My wood is not good enough to make it. Oh fuck.
Oh my god. PvP, man, you just started a terrible image in all our heads.
Yikes.
I always love to. I always love to underestimate myself. So when I do come out on top, other people aren't expecting it.
And are you the Lord of the Laundry?
I got to read this. Lemon says PvP is the Lord of the Laundry, and I got to take it out of the dryer in about 40 minutes. So yes, I guess I am.
Yeah.
All hail the Lord of the Laundry. All hail.
Isn't that interesting? If you think about that, that changes the whole concept of what people were saying before about like him in the show. But I do feel like the show could be was a little less about like their family dynamic, and it was focusing a little more on her. But she was really hot. I mean, you'd be stupid not to.
I think she always was the center of the show, obviously. But I thought the first Darren had a pretty good role. By the way, I just want to quickly ask: have you guys ever seen the first Darren in that episode where I think it was he got cursed or something, and he could only speak in Italian?
Yes.
That episode is so fucking hilariously fabulous. If you've never seen it, you got to watch it. It's so good.
Yeah,
I think Adora cursed him, and it was some some big important business meeting coming up the next day, and she cursed him so he couldn't speak in English anymore. He was only speaking but I thought he was so good because he was actually speaking, I think, in Italian, right? It was amazing. It was so good.
Can I just say quickly before we move on, Titanic, I want to name it as the comeback player of 2023. After 112 years at the bottom of the ocean, it comes back and gets 5 more millionaires. I mean, that's dedication, power hitting off the bench, it just that was a comeback, really. Just to do that so many years later, way to go.
Yeah, and for what I read from fans of that episode where he speaks Italian, he actually says some pretty things that went past the censor in Italian. He was able to get past the censor of the time.
Well, it did sound like he was actually speaking authentic Italian, so I wouldn't be surprised if they got some curse words by or something, right?
Yeah.
Because, the network censors probably weren't too fluent in Italian. I'm just kind of guessing down.
Yes, they weren't.
All right.
What's with the mafia talk?
Yeah, keep going there, Gorilla.
Do we address this one?
Go for it, girl. Go to our area, whatever you want to do. It's your story, buddy.
Sergeant was originally supposed to be Darren, but he was busy. Okay.
We talked about it a little.
I like Dick Clark personally.
Funny line from the movie of Bewitched, the one from Nicole Kidman. Guess what? I am a witch. And Will Ferrell said, guess what? I'm a Clippers fan.
Well,
just another reason not to like Will Ferrell.
Unfortunately, I had to see that with dumbass Canadian Will Ferrell in that. You know, the only thing that he actually did that was worthy was Everything for Sale, and that's where he did it back down in the Phoenix, Arizona area, where he's like to try to selling things from his house. That was actually the only decent film he's ever done, in my opinion.
On the Bewitched movie, can anyone name a good movie with Bette Midler or Nicole Kidman?
I can name a bad one. Days of Thunder.
I can name a lot.
I'm sorry, they're together in Stepford Wives, which is equally horrible. But they're like, what's the good Nicole Kidman movie?
I have no idea.
I like Eyes Wide Shut. I like her in Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut's the only good Nicole Kidman movie. The only reason it's good is because she's naked. Like she can't act for shit. Like she's horrible acting wise, but damn, she had a hot body. You know.
Witches of East. I'm sorry, not Witches of East. I think it's the same. Might be the same writer. It's kind of the same movie. What is it? Fucking Practical Magic, where she just kind of walks around in a fucking bikini the whole time. That didn't hurt either.
No, don't.
But she was not very good at the acting thing.
I think Nicole has the range of a fence post, actually.
Yeah, but she did a pretty good.
She has an Academy Award for.
She was good in the others. She did that one.
She has an Academy Award for, I think, Moulin Rouge, which is crazy.
I hate that fucking movie. I hate that fucking movie. I watched it.
It fucking sucks.
It's garbage, and they had the audacity to use like great music like David Bowie and shit in the soundtrack. It's like, fuck, you fuckers, I hate you.
They would rewrite a song they would take a song you loved and rewrite it in a way that made you hate it. And you're like, oh god, I'm getting fucking sick.
Exactly.
Yeah, like they even made me feel bad for Madonna when they did the Like a Virgin send up. I'm like, oh damn, this song deserves better treatment.
Yeah,
actually, if a girl wants to put that on Cringe Stock, that'd be a good Cringe Stock movie, actually.
Yes, it would, because then you get to watch young Obi-Wan Kenobi McGregor sing.
That would be. Think about, and he sucks. But think about this. That would mean that you would have a Cringe Stock movie that has like 5 Academy Awards, because just because it was a musical, they threw like a bunch of fucking hardware at that piece of shit.
Oh man!
And doesn't it prove that it doesn't matter how many Academy Awards you throw at a film, it can still be shit?
Oh come on! Threshold is
about Will Ferrell either.
Hey, come on! Threshold was even Threshold was even an Emmy award-winning episode.
Okay,
makeup for makeup
for Voyager. Threshold.
Yeah, was it for the makeup?
Yes,
right? Because he goes through I can see why. I mean, you know what? Threshold is stupid as fuck, and the end is cringe. But leave it to New Trek; they will go back. They will find that planet and find the descendants of Paris and Janeway.
Wow.
Well, and you could tell that Janeway got laid because the next few episodes she wasn't so uptight.
When she walks up to Paris and just kind of spells it out. I understand our children are swimming in a swamp down on the planet. It's like, what the fuck?
So what did Edge of Time say there, Gorilla?
I thought they were setting Tilly up for some pregnancy subplot, but then I wonder why she didn't just scan herself.
Oh my god.
Holding her out as a healthy person is so insane.
And Thomas says Tilly's a 2-time marathon champion.
This is the second time she's won a race. Yes, that's correct. She's won another race. I can't remember when, but yes, that's true.
Maybe for snails. She would have been better off with that.
Mikey Spock collapsed from exhaustion. Tilly jogged in a circle around her. They panned down. We couldn't see Mary Wiseman's face. They had a stunt double do the runaround. But man,
oh god.
Hey, PvP, you want to read this one?
Is he muted or did he step away from his mic?
It was 40 minutes since his comment about the laundry, I think.
Okay. I wouldn't force her to clean the laundry chute or anything. Well, we're only 11 minutes behind. And he said, I'm sorry, PvP, we got some spoilers for you, but the Titanic does sink.
Again, comeback player of the year, 111 years, and then boom.
Yeah.
It'll get a few more. Give it a couple of years.
Yep.
Yeah, Thomas says Titanic got good after it hit the iceberg.
Of course it did.
I see I see Billy Zane as the hero of Titanic.
I see him like a villain.
And Thomas says she killed Jack, and Eddie Stein says rip Jack.
Oh, and do you mind if I answer this one?
Yeah, is it Shutter Island?
No. Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet were together in another movie playing husband and wife. Don't remember what that movie was called, but Kate Winslet was hotter in that movie. She was a hot blonde. Yeah, that was in 2008. The movie was called Revolutionary Road. It was a good movie. I actually liked it.
If you want to see something really, just revealing, see Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, where she and
that's
Jim
a good
Carrey
one
are a
too.
couple.
Yes,
there's
with
a
Winslet
part
and Jim Carrey. Probably a rare one. Yes, that one. Yeah.
There's a part where she's sitting on an ice on a frozen lake, and the camera comes up from underneath, and it's just like she's so big.
Wow,
she's really big in that one.
Yeah. Go ahead, Thomas Potts.
Thomas Potts says James Cameron last year tested to see if Jack could fit, and showed he could have. Yeah, Mythbusters did that also.
Oh my god. That's so
And he used Leonardo now, and it still fit.
Yeah,
it was an unconvincing moment of that movie.
Yeah, and Eddie Time says, if only one could Google such things.
Right.
I Googled memory loss last night, and the links were already purple.
Yeah.
Ed said, so he wreaked himself.
Wreaked himself, okay. Yeah, and I answered it for him, 2008 Revolutionary Road. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting a bunch of we're getting a bunch of turquoise hand wavings there.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt G.
And Ed says hail the greater. And Ed says that's technically dialogue.
Ah.
Yeah. If they made Bewitched today, she would be a lesbian. Yeah, we got to do the tried and tested, put a chick in it and make her gay.
I agree.
And
they did the same thing to Genie too. Nene.
Daniel says Batman Forever is a good Nicole Kidman movie.
Yeah, we're not saying that Nicole sucks. I mean, we're just saying that Nicole didn't get the necessary good roles in certain films, you know? So
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, she had one of the... We can't only blame her because, like, there were several people, including Demi Moore, when they got really big, Alicia Silverstone's another one, they got complete control of a 3-movie deal. So it's like Demi Moore, like, self-destructs with, what is it, The Scarlet Letter is one of the movies.
No. Charlie's Angels Full Throttle.
That's much later. That's much later.
Striptease is one of the movies. Totally self-destructed. Yeah.
That movie was only okay, and the rest of the cast said they're like, so this is the most successful Demi Moore movie or something like that. They're like, oh, this is like the first Demi Moore movie in 10 years. And the rest of them freaked out, and they're like, it's not a Demi Moore movie because it's a kiss of death in to movies. I think the only Demi Moore movie that made money was like something weird like The Seventh Sign.
Well, T, do you remember what they did in Full Throttle? The only good appearance was Miss Jacqueline Smith, who came back. She still looked great as Kelly Garrett, and she shows up in that film, and I'm like, damn it. Like, why can't you keep her in here for a few more minutes, you know? Damn.
Yeah, you know what? That beginning of that was ridiculous. It was almost... I mean, I see what they were trying to do, but they didn't pull it off. It was too cute by more than half, and I was angered and sickened by them after about 15 to 25 minutes. The movie just alienated me.
There you go. Yeah.
It got dumber and dumber and dumber. You could sustain one movie with that tone, but that guy can never make his own sequel. It's kind of like Taika Waititi.
Yeah, right.
All right, Daniel said 1995 was a good year for movies. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
It was 1 year to go until Independence Day.
Yeah.
All right, and Daniel says also, Will Ferrell is Canadian. Is he?
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Didn't know that.
Another knock against the man.
Thank you.
Well, Mikey, you're adopted Canadian. That's
well,
why.
my adopted country is one thing, but come on, start producing some decent actors from said adopted country. That's all I'm
William
saying.
fucking Shatner?
Well,
Leonard fucking
I
Nimoy?
didn't say
he's from
Shatner
Boston.
is bad. I've always liked Shatner.
James fucking Doohan?
Cool. But I mean, Will Ferrell? Come on, please.
I just got it. I can't stay silent here. There are probably dozens, if not hundreds, of Canadian actors over the last 50 years that have made so-called American content, which is actually made by Canadians. If anybody wants to check it out. So anybody that disparages Canadian talent, well, they can go take a long walk off a short pier. As far as I'm concerned, that's just my saying.
I'll keep disparaging Canada until Canada starts doing something right.
The good news is if they take,
that
long walk,
Germ, that's a pretty ignorant comment, but I'm going to choose to ignore it.
Oh boy.
Sorry,
you're getting his maple syrup worked up. Come on,
that's bullshit, man. Fucking Canada.
That is the
point. If you had any idea how much Canada's contributed to the world over the last 100 years, you wouldn't be saying anything like that. But that's okay. You say what? Hey, freedom of speech. I believe in it. So if you want to sound like what you're sounding like, go for it.
And PvP, I was only referring to Will Ferrell. I'm sure there's plenty of other actors in Canada I'm well familiar with that are actually decent and good, but Will Ferrell to me is just irritating.
I'm not sticking up for Will Ferrell. I don't think he's a great actor by any means.
Reynolds Canadian? Doesn't that make up for it?
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool is Canadian. Yes.
All right, so that cancels out Will Ferrell.
And Michael Myers. I mean, come on. He does the great.
Well, Michael Myers has had his ups and downs.
Powers. I mean, come on.
Phil Hartman was Canadian, right? Phil Hartman was Canadian.
Yes, before he got murdered by his fucking wife in his sleep. That was fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, and Glenn Ford was Canadian. That's true. And we like Glenn Ford movies. I like Glenn Ford.
Justin Bieber was Canadian. Just remember that.
Okay, fuck that. Fuck that. That doesn't count. That doesn't fucking count. Neither does Celine Dion. Celine Dion doesn't fucking count either. She doesn't fucking count. Okay.
Wait, Celine Dion sings "Star Trek Will Go On," my favorite song from Titanic.
Okay, I'll give her a moment. Okay, but God, listen to the rest of her stuff. Oh my God.
I thought that was Faith Hill who did "My Heart Will Go On."
Oh, she might cover it. It's because the thing is, it's not her. It's not a Celine Dion song. The artist is Jay.
Yep, Neil Young's Canadian.
It's not a Celine Dion song. "My Heart Will Go On" is by James Horner. She's just the vocalist.
You mean Diane Warren? Didn't she write it? Diane Warren.
James
My
Horner
Heart
wrote
Will Go On. I thought Diane Warren wrote that.
James Horner.
I'm gonna put that on my to-do list over the next few months.
Maybe she wrote the lyrics. I don't know.
In the US, I'm sure you'll be amazed.
The songwriter comes up for "My Heart Will Go On" is James Horner. If he didn't write the lyrics, maybe I don't know, but he wrote the music.
Okay. Well, yeah, Horner conducted. He did the music. I believe the other songwriter on that is. I thought Diane Warren had wrote the original song lyrics, but I'll double check it. Teague, I could be wrong too. I don't know. So that well. I mean, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since Titanic came out. So
I think still a great movie. Years this year.
Cameron, man.
This is 25 right now, right?
Well, there's 2 anniversaries. The last episode of the original Star Trek series, Turnabout Intruder, was aired 55 years ago. And
1969.
And today, back in 1969. And, by the way, the original Matrix
came out in June
1999. 9th. And that's 25 years old this year. The original Matrix. So,
yeah, that sounds about right.
Yep. And I did it on my stream. It is right.
What the hell is going on with Carrie Ann Moss facing off with a lightsaber against someone with like a fucking potato peeler in that Acolyte trailer? That is weird as fuck.
Oh yeah, I don't know what's wrong with that.
Why is every woman in every Star Trek, in every Star Wars show, and every Star Trek show like 59 is like the minimum age to be allowed to be pretty on the show, except for Star Trek Discovery?
I have no idea because I'm not gonna watch that show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna watch Acolytes.
It's universal though. Like Book of Boba Fett, Jennifer Beals was 58, Ming Na Wen was then 58.
Because they don't have new talent. If they had anyone who could actually do anything who was under the age of 50 and who didn't cost 500 times more than they're willing to pay.
And
Jennifer Beals didn't exactly deliver any kind of neither of them delivered anything to the roles. The roles were terrible. We saw how bad the show was. I won't blame anyone. Boba Fett himself was like, maybe I should talk less and be in less episodes of his own show. So I mean, they were cognizant of it.
Yeah. Well, and then Edge of Time is talking about, Eyes Wide Shut. He said he couldn't get over the height difference, but true. Petty but true, they were an odd married couple. Yeah, I never understood that between Nicole and Tom Cruise. I never did.
When he goes over to her by the mirror and starts snuggling up to her, to put his head on her shoulder, he has to kind of step up on the balls of his feet a little bit to get shoulder to shoulder with her.
Yeah, he probably had to step on up on a box or something.
Probably step on her.
Yeah, they there's some clothes on the floor, and I think we can't see where his feet are. I don't know.
Yeah.
He has to get on his tippy toes to sort of do it. He might be able to have been able to pull it off. I mean, 5'8" isn't tiny, but I think Nicole Kidman's 5'11" or something.
Thing is, they got divorced not too many years after that, did they not?
I think within a year or two. It was not every one of Tom Cruise's marriages ended in exactly 7 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Tom didn't quite measure up then.
Something.
Yeah, he wasn't quite up
to do with.
He wasn't up to 7+. Let's put it that way.
I think that's when the. I think that's when prenups run out. I think that's when prenups run out.
Yeah, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Pete. Sorry about that. Yeah, PvP. Go ahead and read Daniel's next quote here.
Okay, so many cool Canadian actors: Jim Carrey, Ryan Reynolds, Catherine O'Hara, among others. Oh, there's dozens. I could probably list 100 Canadian actors if I put my mind to it, which I think I'm going to do now because I feel like I've been challenged tonight. So I will do that, and I could probably list Canadian actors going back to the.
She won outright, Edge of Time. She won outright.
40 years.
Participation trophy, Tilly. Yeah, you did the thing.
No, she won outright.
Donald Sutherland.
Huh?
Donald Sutherland.
Participation trophy.
Donald Sutherland is also Canadian. So Suzanne said.
That's so weird. Kiefer Sutherland's Canadian too, but it's not a participation trophy. She was the outright winner.
Yeah.
All right. And Jim here says, "Oh my."
Hey, Gorilla, lift your mic up.
Yeah, his mic died when you tried to stretch my.
There's that better.
There you go.
Oh
Next.
My. Oh my.
Thomas here says, in a previous season, there was a race on the ship, and even though she stopped and chatted with the imaginary person for 5 minutes, she still won. Yeah, go figure.
Yeah. Well, that's her hobby. She jogs. Her and Mikey Spock would jog around the ship, and she would be like a bowl full of jelly.
All right. Ed says Fidelio, by the way, or Fidelio.
Oh, Mary Wiseman is now gay. She will not be giving Fidelio to anyone anymore.
Don't you mean fellatio?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Daniel says, yeah, William Shatner is an awesome legendary actor.
Well, of course he is. I don't have a question. I don't have a problem with William Shatner. I never have. He's always been one of my favorites.
Will Ferrell can be funny when directed by other people, performing stuff. Like in some of the skits on SNL where other people wrote it, he was fine doing that stuff. But allowed to do his own thing. He was too into cringe humor.
Well, he was in that one movie. with Queen Latifah and Emma Thompson, Stranger Than Fiction, and Dustin Hoffman. And he played a tax man in that. And of course, what's her name? The one Gyllenhaal says, "Get bent, tax man." Yeah, great scene.
PvP, you want to read this one?
PvP.
Give me a second. I was just eating potato chips.
Okay, I was eating cheese.
PvP's eating potato chips and burning the flag of the United States.
Oh no, I've never burn anybody's flag because I respect everybody's
I'm only kidding. He was waving the Canadian flag while he was eating with one arm.
I actually have a Canadian flag around here somewhere. I should get it out.
I understood you had. I thought you had one tattooed across your entire back.
Well, I'm not gonna deny that. That's gonna add to the legend. But
Wolverine,
anyway,
also Canadian.
Yes, Wolverine. Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, Daniel says, "Hell, yeah!" Tell them PvP. So thank you, Daniel.
Yeah, you want to read this one?
Okay. Well, Canada has Justin Bieber. Let's wait. That's not a good example. Yeah, you got that fucking right, asshole.
Yeah.
Sorry, Thomas. I didn't mean to call you an asshole, but don't talk about Justin Bieber. You get me riled up there.
Yeah, Thomas Potts rigged. Yeah, you're rigged.
Oh God.
Oh crap! Damn it! Fuck me.
Oh, you got.
Oh, come on! Don't those assholes be asleep right now. Hey,
you get a fire alarm every day of the week, Mikey.
Oh yeah, sure. Run away from fire. That's what the government wants you to think.
No, but Mikey's got crazy people in his apartment that are constantly calling fire alarms. It's fucked up.
They're smoking weed in their apartments and then sets
off. They're fucking morons, is what they are.
Didn't they know the old dorm room trick to like tape like cellophane over your fucking smoke detector if you're gonna smoke weed in your dorm room?
They didn't get the message.
Well, they're probably not that bright, I'm guessing.
All right, let's see. Glenn Ford was Canadian. Rod Taylor was Australian.
Yes.
I ain't singing this. You sing it there, PvP.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, through patriot love in all our sons command.
From far and wide with glow. Sorry, I was getting caught up. I felt like I was going to see a hockey game.
Tig, I'm impressed, Tig.
True North, proud and free. Sorry.
Hey, PvP, I should introduce you to that episode of Shameless where Fiona's boyfriend takes Frank and throws him over to the Canadian, drops him off in Ontario, Toronto. Is it Toronto or Ontario? Whatever's north of Chicago.
I got news for you, Gorilla. Toronto's a city and Ontario is a province, so there might be a little bit of it.
I thought there was a town or city called Ontario. But so it must have been Toronto.
No, there's no city called Ontario.
See, that's why we call things what they're supposed to be. Like New York is a city in New York.
Yeah,
that's right. New York is a city in a state called New York. Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, that's not my point.
That's American efficiency.
But anyhow, Frank ends up getting arrested in Canada. They have him in a holding cell. And he's like trying to tell him that he's American. He's not supposed to be there. He got kidnapped. He's not supposed to be there. Then he starts singing the U.S. national anthem in there. So then the guard that was sitting in the desk there just started singing "Oh Canada." So he got the Star Spangled Banner and "Oh Canada" just going back and forth on each other. It was pretty hilarious.
No, that sounds entertaining.
Yeah. Thomas has the right lyrics for you.
Okay, we'll get to it here. Gordon Lightfoot calling. Will you accept the charge?
Well, since Gordon passed away about a year ago, he probably won't. But he's one of the legendary Canadian singer-songwriters. If you don't know about Gordon Lightfoot, I'd say check him out because he's got a lot of great songs.
Yeah, Boomer says Gordo, BTO, BNL, whatever that's supposed to mean.
Gordon Lightfoot, BTO is a great. Well, the Guess Who was a great band, and then Randy Bachman, the guitar player, left the band and formed a band called Bachman Turner Overdrive in Vancouver, which had multiple hits during the 1970s. Big top 30 singles. And I have no fucking idea who BNL is. Sorry. So you lost me there.
Alrighty. And then so many awesome Canadian actors, I can't even name them all. I am happy to be Canadian. Alright. Then let's see. Boomer says Neil Young.
Yeah, I saw Neil Young in the late 80s, yeah. Justin
Neil's
Bieber.
an American. Neil is now an American.
Actually, Justin's moved to the States now anyway, so I don't even think of him as Canadian anymore.
Neil took American citizenship on. He's finally, honestly, he's had so many fucking things to say. He's a great musician. I love his shit, but like, if you read his lyrics, like, motherfucker's got a lot to say about America. So it's about time for him to become an American citizen and put his money where his mouth is. He's like pontificating almost.
I know he's
to the point.
I know he's lived in California probably since the late 60s, so I wouldn't be surprised. I think he might still have dual citizenship, though, but don't quote me on that.
He needed to at least be an American to be this critical of our country. You know what I mean? Like, even he knew it.
Well, I imagine there's lots of people outside of the U.S. that are critical, but, you know.
I think living in the country, and making all these opinions, he had to be able to vote as well to be able to say it and not look like a phony.
Yeah, I'm not sure what his status is as far as citizenship, Tig, but that's good. That's a good.
He has the right to vote in the U.S. He may not have shed his Canadian citizenship. Why would you? It's not.
I know. Well, I think Shatner still got dual citizenship, if I'm not totally mistaken. So
he might. He's proud.
Our countries are so closely bonded together anyway. It's like when people try and divide us, on politics or sociological differences, I reject that, because I think we're like, as they say, we're like two countries that were spawned from the same father or whatever, right? So it's like I think of you guys as like just as much. I think my American friends just as valid as my Canadian friends. So, I don't make a differential that way.
Yeah, we're brothers in arms.
So, don't worry, guys.
The younger brother that Dad said, take him with you.
Don't worry, guys. Soon the Anschluss will come and we will liberate you, and the 4th of July will no longer be just an American holiday. And you'll fix it to celebrate it on the right day. The metric system has you celebrating the 4th of July like 3 days early.
No, sorry. I'm going to maintain July 1st as my holiday.
Metric 4th of July.
By the way, the metric system is the thing here. Though even though you guys are,
I want to see the Robinson screwdriver outlawed. That's one of the last
countries on
earth that my gears.
But I don't mind. I mean, I don't give a fuck about the systems. Imperial, metric, I don't give a fuck. I can work with both of them. So
we buy drinks in Imperial pints.
I've been drinking ounces, so that's all I care about.
No, we go with the bigger one. We go with Imperial for like pints for like the larger beer. Like we don't use the metric system.
I don't drink very often.
But every American who does drugs knows the metric system.
Well, you gotta have so many grams. Anyway, I gotta go take my fucking laundry out of the dryer. I just realized. So I'll be back in maybe 10 minutes, guys.
I'm really good at the metric system.
Wait, PvP, can you read something real quick before you leave?
Okay, Jim's Landscape says, fight, PvP, fight. Okay, I can do that.
Yeah, and Daniel says, yeah, Justin Bieber don't count.
Yeah,
yes,
Justin
he does.
Sucks.
Otherwise, I got a list of people here that don't count.
Hey, I bet I could list a few dozen American entertainers that suck as well. So don't get me started, okay?
Start with Miley Cyrus.
Yeah, well, there's one. Yeah.
Yeah, it'll be a butt throwing contest then.
No, I want to talk about stuff we enjoy, Anyway, I gotta go. I gotta get those fucking clothes. I'll be back in like 10, guys.
See you in a bit.
Can't count Justin Trudeau. He's Cuban.
That's right. He's from the same town as me in Cuba.
Yeah, I never knew Trudeau was Cuban.
He looks a lot like Fidel Castro, and like at the time, like right about 9 months or so before he was born, there was rumors of his mom, who was a model who fucked some of the Stones, also fucking Castro. And if you look at pictures of them at the same age, like it's inconclusive. Like it might be true. A lot of people say it's true. I don't know.
Yeah, sit down. You want to read this one?
All right. Well, the first word's a little off. It says PvP sure is triggered about Canadian actors and actresses not getting their due in the U.S.
Yeah, I know. It's fun.
It's hilarious. I love it. Yeah. Let's remember that when he comes back to rib him a little more about Canada. So what can we do? What's the uniquely Canadian? The Robinson screwdriver with the 5 things, the star-shaped shit. We'll go after that when he comes back, man.
Hey, let's not get PvP riled up here, because
no, we're trying to bring out his patriotism. He's going to make Canada great again.
All right, Kristen Lehman equals hotness. All right.
Kristen Lehman. I'm trying to remember who she is.
All right.
She was in Terminator Rise of the Machines, Teague.
Oh. Jesus Christ, my gear thing's still going off? Yeah. All right, so Daniel says, I can't wait for Matrix 5. I'm so happy they greenlit it. Remember, Mikey was worried there was not going to be a Matrix 5.
That's not technically greenlit yet.
Well, Daniel's Hot Topics is in the minority of that movie community, too, in that franchise community. A lot of people did not care for Resurrection. They hated that movie, and they don't want any more movies from that franchise.
Carrie-Anne Moss's career heating up at 60.
All right.
And it still is more likely than not that Matrix 5 will not happen.
Yeah, you'll be like the $5 that movie makes.
And please, movie tickets are about $20+ now, aren't they?
Yeah, but the movie $300 million.
Yeah, but no, the tickets around here are $5. Where are you guys? You guys are getting ripped off. Edge of Time is screaming.
The movies are $600 here.
Huh?
Okay. If you get a 8 p.m. later ticket on the weekend, it's $21 here. $12 of that is taxes.
Hey, can I ask you a question then?
Really?
Give you a bottle. Oh, Teague's the one that's echoing. Okay. Jerb, do they at least give you a bottle of lube with your ticket?
That depends on how much butter they give you on your popcorn.
Well, you can get your popcorn butter layered for free for us. So that's cool.
Yeah. All right, Boomer says Daniels. Google comparisons of Justin and Fidel. Amazing. Doesn't look anything like Pierre.
Yeah, right. Apparently Justin Trudeau and Fidel Castro, it must have been Fidel Castro's love child was Justin Trudeau. I don't know that for sure. Honest to God, just disgusting. They're both disgusting.
And Boomer says Mrs. Trudeau was known for being a little loose.
Yeah, there you go.
She was fucking one of the Stones.
And Daniel says, I really hope they get Hugo Weaving back as Agent Smith. They can just say Jonathan Groff is a copy of Smith, and the real Smith is still out there, and it is Hugo Weaving. Well, I guess you could bring Weaving back. By the way, it's supposed to be called Matrix Resurgence. That was the name of it.
I thought that was. I thought Matrix Resurgence was like Matrix 3.
No,
that's Matrix Redundant.
Nope.
No, that's 2 through.
No, 2 is Reloaded. Yeah, 2 is Reloaded. 3 is the Revolutions, and 4 is the Resurrection. So
we walked out of the first one thinking it was going to be the new Star Wars, and then we saw the second one, and they're like, "No, that really derailed bad."
Woohoo! I still like him.
Yeah,
I like him. I'm sorry.
Boomer says, Daniel, it turns out you do not like Justin. He happily send you Joe Biden. Yeah.
Hey, if you send him up here, they're going to throw him over the falls. I guarantee it. We do not like that man.
Trudeau would fit right in.
And I'm talking as a transplant, like I said. I'm not a Joe Biden fan by any stretch, and I would wholeheartedly throw him over the Niagara Falls. No problem.
Yeah,
without a barrel.
It says, I don't that.
Yeah.
And Boomer says, we've taken to call Joe Shitler now. Oh, yeah. I just say, let's go Brandon.
Yeah.
Jim Carrey, he's a scumbag, says Thomas.
Yeah.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is.
An untalented scumbag.
Yeah, untalented and a lucky asshole, too. Sorry.
Yeah. And Ed says, I can't tell when people are trolling me with Utrecht plots.
Yeah, no, it defies all satire now. It could be any, like, go with the stupidest outcome every time. We're not, like, it's always the dumbest possible thing you could think of. It's always so dumb.
Yeah, and from what I hear from people who actually see the show, it's all melodrama now.
They don't have any money for stuff like special effects, so they don't have feelings in hallways anymore. We do emotions in corridors.
Yeah, I just had a question. Did any of us ever see Short Treks? That was like a real, right? They were just shorts.
Fucking absolutely horrible. The worst things I've ever seen. They are the absolute smoking crack, terrible story, canonical bombs of New Trek. The trouble with Edward is one of the most destructive. That'll show you what Bad Robot thinks of Star Trek. Holy fucking shit, is that terrible?
Okay, well then we got T's opinion. No, I was thinking along the same lines, Teague. It's just that I was
7 minutes worth. In 7 minutes, they absolutely just destroy everything about Star Trek and just keep destroying it every time.
Appreciated in earlier series were all just torn apart. Like, fuck, damn it, why are you doing that?
Guys, the tribbles multiply so fast that a fucking Constitution class starship explodes from having them inside.
All right. And Boomer says Raymond Burr, Pamela. Oh, you got Pamela Anderson was Canadian?
Are we talking about people who like guys? Is that why we threw them together there?
Well, I still got to look up
Pamela Anderson's not a guy. Come on.
The most important part of
Raymond
Pamela is not Canadian. Those are Californian.
Yeah, that's good. Very good point there.
Yeah. And if I may, Daniel says they could do it like this if I was writing it. Jonathan Groff Smith would come across info that the real Agent Smith is still out there. Jonathan Groff Smith saves Hugo Weaving, and they join forces. Wow, you know you're probably writing this yourself, Daniel. You probably could write the whole Matrix 5 yourself.
Listen, that's probably better than what that creator will do.
Yeah, no shit. To help Neo. Yeah.
Since Hugo Weaving very politely and very firmly told Warner Brothers to go fuck themselves last time.
He did.
I doubt very much he'll have anything to do with a Matrix 5 if it does happen.
Yeah,
I admire Hugo Weaving. He got to make that
happen, right? So
he got to make that rom-com with Famke Janssen in like 2001. I was like, way to go, man! He got paid to do that.
Well,
lay around
don't forget
half naked
Hugo
with Famke
Weaving.
Janssen.
Yeah, well, don't forget that also Hugo Weaving did that great V for Vendetta with Natalie Portman, who was probably on crack half the time. So, you know,
I think they opened her up, and that movie didn't make sense.
Well, when they blew up Parliament, I was happy. And that's before I moved here, so you know, British Parliament.
Mikey, tell me, what did this new actor that played the next reincarnation of Smith lack? Is for the Smith in the original trilogy, I found him menacing and intimidating as hell. Just what makes this new actor? He seems like he's. I find him very uninteresting. I do.
Well,
they should have cast the guy who played Elrond in Rings of Power. He has experience playing Hugo Weaving characters.
Yeah, he doesn't have that experience. I mean, if you watch Matrix Resurrections, there's really not. I mean, he's supposed to say he's Smith, but I mean, come on, you could have at least brought Hugo back. If you give him enough money, he could have done it. But I understand why he told like Germs to go F yourself. Yeah, I can totally get it. I understand because after the third one, he was just done. He didn't want to come back, and he didn't want to be typecast. But apparently, people think his performance as Smith was a million times better than what this gruff guy did in Resurrections. So I don't know why they want to bring him back for 5. I don't get it. I don't get it. So
well, my question was, what did Hugo Weaving bring that made Smith intimidating and scary as hell? Like, what was he able to pull off the stoic, silent, menacing presence that Smith had, or was it just his background in film and all that stuff that made him for that role so intimidating?
I would say, and I don't know, maybe Daniel would disagree with me, but I would say that Jonathan Groff was a lighter, gentler Agent Smith, because Hugo Weaving was a dominant motherfucker. I mean, he was great, but Gruff is just more of a lighter, gentler Agent Smith to me. Not as menacing, not as intimidating. So yeah,
Weaving had screen presence. The other guy was never taught how to do that.
Well, I mean, come on. He was in Lord of the Rings, for Christ's sake. I mean, the man did a great Lord of the Rings character.
But in Matrix, he's wearing sunglasses all the time. You never see his eyes. What he had was he was able to overcome that. And the Agent Smith, like a lot of times, was really very still and very placid. Well, I mean, at least very still. And they're like, yeah, he is like eerily calm all the time with that shit. But like, what he had was verbal delivery. He had a really awesome speaking voice that he developed for that role because he doesn't sound anything like Elrond.
Yeah, definitely. Well, he did. No, he did.
Or
take
the
off
Red
his
Skull.
glasses only a few times, Teague. In the original Matrix,
wait, I'm talking about his voice.
Oh yeah, well, his voice is awesome. But I was just saying he did take off his glasses just a few times. I remember he got it kicked off his face, broken in half too. Don't forget by Neo. So,
Yeah, but there wasn't just a CGI like monster of him.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I miss Weaving. I did. I missed him.
All right.
Anyway,
guys,
go ahead.
We're going to have to end this here pretty soon. It's getting to be midnight. I still have to work in the morning.
Whoops. Well, I'm sorry there,
Gorilla. So let's catch up on the chat here, then we're going to end it here.
Okay.
So, all right, Thomas says, didn't Beaver have a movie? Sounds like something Gorilla should play. It'll be like 50 movies down, I'll tell you that right now. Where did you guys get the idea Will Ferrell is Canadian? Scurvy, I have no idea.
I don't know. I said he was, but I was wrong. I admitted I was wrong.
Oh.
So.
Let's see. Robert Taylor, who played Longmire, is Australian. Aussies are good Yankee.
He's from Irvine.
Better than Brits do.
Fucking Will Ferrell is from goddamn Irvine, California.
I know.
Yeah.
I just found that out. I looked it up.
Scurvy says he's from California. Thomas says it's all of us command. I'm sure I'm going to get a FU from that. LOL. Mike says not originally Scurvy. He moved from Toronto area.
Yeah, I made some false statements. I apologize. So whatever.
Yeah.
Still go fuck yourself.
Bare Naked Ladies was the BNL.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike says 1 week, great song.
Yeah, it is a great song by Bare Naked Ladies.
Scurvy says he was born and grew up in California, according to about everything I see online, and he's been quoted as saying he grew up in a boring California suburb.
Yeah, and we got an update. Will Ferrell isn't Canadian. He's Californian, born in Irvine back in 1967, and Mike Suzanne's 1 year older than him. So there you go.
All right. His bio on IBM has him born and attending school in California. All right. Down with Imperial Scumdog, says Edge Town.
Yeah.
And Thomas says
Ed, you are one of those Imperial Scumdogs.
Yeah.
You guys created the biggest empire in the world.
Yeah, Thomas says it would cost a hell of a lot of money to switch everything to metric here. Thousands of highway signs and teaching people how to figure it out. And let's not make a mess of things in front of the Chancellor's people. Right. Boomer said happily send you Robert De Niro, Barbara Streisand, and Jane Fonda.
Oh.
Yeah.
Let's be nice to Barbara Streisand.
I'm sure at least one of those guys are dead.
Yeah. Jim says, did LDG fix his underground link? I got into the underground earlier when we were looking for Pop, so it's fixed. Scurvy says, as much as I wouldn't mind letting Canada claim Will Ferrell, the honor goes to California.
Right.
At the time, says not in front of the children.
PvP.
Then I think he's a PvP. Then Thomas says IMAX cost me $8.
Oh, for butter popcorn? Oh, butter my popcorn.
Says,
okay.
Yeah. No, Thomas says his movies cost $8. Movies here at the local Galaxy Theater is $8 on Tuesday. Cheap night $12 on a regular day.
I'll go there.
$16 in New York. You can still see a movie for it's fairly reasonable.
And Edge Time says, "Taste the biscuit, taste the goodness, the biscuit."
You have to sing that.
Yeah, I ain't singing.
It has notes.
I'm too tired to sing. Jim Carrey is a scumbag. I never knew that. He's an asshole.
He's a very well-known scumbag.
I never liked Jim Carrey. I never liked his movies.
Ever.
Yeah, and Scurvy says, I thought he was a Pisces.
A Pisces.
Pisces.
Rim shot.
Pisces, Pisces, same difference.
Get the drum symbol out there, girl. Papoosh.
Yeah. You knew Jim Carrey is a brown belt in Brazilian
Jiu-jitsu,
yeah.
Unfortunately.
That don't matter with the 9mm.
Good for him.
Short track sucked. The least sucky one was the mud one, but it still sucked. I haven't watched short tracks.
Thomas
I've seen the very
Potts
short
is
track.
right.
Well, but the mud one was okay. The mud one was decent, and really, that's it. That's all I can say about it. I won't say more.
No, it wasn't.
It was to me, because I'm an iMud guy. I loved iMud, and I loved Mud and His Women, and I loved his TAS.
Was fucking ridiculous.
It was great.
That was a horrible Harry Mudd.
Oh.
You see, I have 100% different opinion. I can't stand Harry Mudd. I thought Mudd's Women I thought was atrociously one of the worst episodes the first season. I'm
distracted by his chest hair in that one.
It had its comedic moments on the second season. I still didn't really get into it that much. So Harry for me was just a character I'd be very happy to never hear about again. To be honest, Mikey. He just didn't. He didn't float my boat. He did not float my boat.
Jones.
I feel bad for Roger C. Carmel, but that's okay because I thought he did a good job.
No, I like Roger. I thought he did the best he had with the character.
Cares?
But
it was horrible.
It wasn't a character I enjoyed. I'll just say that much.
The actor isn't at fault. It was fucking garbage.
Aw. All right.
All right. Thomas
anyway,
says,
keep going there, Gorilla.
All right. Thomas says best parts of episode 3, Order 66, the birth of an empire, and Padme dying.
Padme. Oh, come on.
Yeah. That's a great part of the movie.
Do you think that the Emperor kills her by using Anakin as a 5G tower to give her a case of Sith sads?
Well, there is a theory out there that's indeed what Palpatine did.
There's force healing. Did he rechannel her energy to Anakin?
Well, there is a theory out there.
Look at Scurvy.
Scurvy says, I had to hunt down the remaining pickle beer and destroy it. And Edge Time says, it was for the best. And Thomas says, I thought they didn't even ask Hugo Weaving.
No, they asked him.
They begged him.
They told him to go fuck themselves. And says, and Edge Time says, oh, the humanity.
Oh, the humanity.
And Scurvy says, Palpatine laughing while fighting Yoda was a great joy.
Oh, yeah.
And Daniel says, yeah, Gruff was more docile than Hugo Weaving.
I agree.
And Boomer here says the method they tried to convert us to metric was stupid. They tried hitting us over the head with it. Should have taken inspiration from how Datsun rebranded
to Nissan over a few years.
Yeah, we should have rebranded the metric system to a more American system that made more sense.
All right. Edgetab says, I belong to the generation that was top metric and why it is superior, but widespread acceptance never came to pass.
Yeah, I can use it. I understand the metric system.
Yeah, and Daniel says, I fail to see how Harry Mudd is a villain. He has zero intimidation. He does not feel dangerous whatsoever.
I agree, Daniel.
Yeah, he's a comic. He's a comic. Yeah. He's a comic threat. The androids that he gets nominal control of for a while, they do some things on his behalf, but yeah, he's a clownish, cartoonish villain.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. And just a drug dealing pimp in the first one, but a good drug dealing pimp.
Yeah, he's doing nothing illegal. Kirk was just persecuting him on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. So let's be like a kid on prom night. All right. So let's be like a kid on prom night to wrap this thing up. So, Daniel, thank you, Daniel's Hot Topics, for coming. He likes to stream with his friend Steampunk on Steampunk's channel, so make sure to check him out. Thank you, Edge of Time, for coming. And thank you, the Phantom Boomer Explorers, for coming. He has stuff on his channel there that's trailers to the movies he'll be watching on his Cosby link. So make sure to check those out there. It looks like there's some pretty interesting movies that he had in this last couple weeks there. Thank you, Scurvy, also known as Lemon Pie, for coming. And thank you, Thomas Potts, for coming. Now, Thomas has a lot of stuff with Bird Crash's plane and his Minecraft built on his channel. It's actually pretty cool stuff, so make sure to check him out. And scroll. Thank you, Jim's Landscaper, for coming. He has his puppy videos. He has Star Trek fan films. He has live streams, so make sure to definitely check him out. Let's see. Scroll in. Rawhide. Man, I got really scroll here. Thank you, Taylor Swift, greater than Disney, Star Wars, MCU, Doctor Who. I'm pretty sure Star Trek will be next.
Yeah.
I know Suzanne Eckstein was here, so thank you, Suzanne Eckstein, for coming.
And Jim's Landscape was here too. Yeah,
I already mentioned Jim. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator, for coming. He has his Lost in Space streams on Mondays at 8 o'clock. On Tuesdays, it's the horror sci-fi streams at 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. Then on Wednesdays, me and him do 2 episodes of Gilligan's Island reviews at 9 o'clock. And then on Saturdays, it's the Rumblings from the Lab at 8 o'clock. Yep, the hero Suzanne Eckstein, thank you. Scrolling. Man, I got a lot of scrolling, but I'm not sure who else was.
That's an old one. I remember that when I first came on. That was on there.
Yeah. Oh, and LDG.
Thank you, LDG, for coming. And if you need some IT help or need a place to hang out, there's always freethenet.org/underground. All right, Sci-Fi Sit Down. What do you got coming up?
Well, just recently, I uploaded a few more crossover universe videos. If any of you have the time, you can check them out. Beyond that, I usually do release a few videos or a video each week, depending on the subject I do. On my YouTube channel, I usually cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies, depending on how well versed I am in them. I do cover different subjects, depending on how well versed I am in them. Like Admiral Teague says on his live stream, I'm a very good new Battlestar Galactica fan, 2004. I usually do live streams on Saturdays, 4 to 6 Pacific time in the afternoon. But I'm taking a break since I finished up my first season over a month ago. I do come on other panelists' channels if they have an open panel or if they offer it. And I usually am looking in the chat sometimes. beyond that, that's all I have to say, and I'll turn it over to the next panelist that Gorilla wants to offer it to.
Go ahead, Gorilla.
Who's next?
I muted myself. PvP, you go next.
Yeah, well, I'm going to see my favorite punk band in June next month, in about 5 weeks. The Damned are going to be playing Vancouver at the Commodore Ballroom, which is a very small concert hall, maybe 3,000 people. So that is going to be absolutely fabulous. I have put my favorite album of theirs up a week or two ago on my playlist on my music channel, and I'm going to be adding some more of theirs over the next week or so. So yeah, I'm totally jacked because these guys have a history going back to 1976, and they actually put the first UK single and punk album out about 6 months before the Sex Pistols. So they kind of beat everybody to the punch, and they're a very important historical band as far as the punk movement. They actually became a goth band in later years, and they were excellent at that too. So I'm going to try and post some of their albums, and yeah, I guess that's about it, Gorilla. That's pretty much going to be my focus for the next few weeks, because I'm totally jacked to be seeing one of my legendary bands, and they got 4 of the original members back out of the 5 playing the concert. So that is pretty fucking awesome, man.
All right, and you want to read what Scooby put?
Sure. PvP has music playlists. Music may or may not be eggnog themed. You know what? I have to try and before Christmas. Okay, that's a challenge, Lemon. I got to find an eggnog themed music playlist sometime in the next few months. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna actually give that a go. That could be fun, actually.
Gorilla, did you want to ask me, or if not, I can wait until T does his.
I'm going in the order here on the bottom here. Teague, how about you?
Okay.
On the final frontier, crimes against good stories are investigated by 2 separate but equally important bodies. Admiral Teague, who does the live watch, and the rest of the people from Saving Star Trek who help me to keep from going insane watching them. I will be watching Star Trek Discovery on Saturday, but I'll be back. I think tomorrow is Tuesday, right? So yeah, I might do just about anything. If I decide to rip off another 9-hour stream, if I feel like it, I fucking will. If not, I don't know. And maybe I'll let everyone vote on the format yet again tomorrow. It could be entertainment news, or it could be maybe more Voyager. Who knows? But it's been a fun time, and anybody, if you follow me, I'd be greatly appreciative. And thank you, Gorilla. You're a great host.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you, everybody, for being here. All right, Mikey, sure. What you got going on?
Okay, well, as you know, I do a weekly webcam series. I do Mikey Sue's TV, where we discuss a topic of the day. We recommend a DVD and or Blu-ray recommendation, and then we do a Q&A for about 10 minutes or so from the chatters. And I have to say, this last one we did today on earlier Monday, or yesterday, it's not yesterday for me, was pretty good. So we do that every Monday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 o'clock Central. Same thing on Tuesdays, is where Tuesdays we do A-Team reviews, 4 o'clock p.m. Eastern, 3 Central. Same thing on Wednesday, where we do a reviews of The Greatest American Hero, which preceded it. And then on Thursdays, we do The Secrets of Isis, which is that great Saturday morning live action, early Marvel stuff with the wonderful Miss Joanna Cameron, who unfortunately passed away 2 years ago. Rest in peace. And then on Fridays, we do our wonderful topic times. We're bringing them back. And what we'll do is, since I've graciously been honored a place on the panel of Gorilla and PvP and Jern for their Walton stream, that I'll be good. Thank you, Sir Lemon, for that. We'll go right from the Walton stream right to my topic time. We'll wait like a half an hour, and then we go right to that. So that'll be every Friday night when the Walton stream ends. So looking forward to that, and I hope you guys can come and join us, bring some new friends. We have 161 subscribers, and we're trying to get to 200 as our first goal. So thank you.
All right, Jern, what you got going on?
Well, tomorrow night we got
Sci-Fi Cinema with Andromeda, episode 18. Thursday, we'll be back with the Nerd Night Roundtable. And then Saturday morning cartoons, Saturday at 8 a.m. The poll's up now, so go vote for what you want to watch this Saturday.
Cool.
All right, thank you. As for me, we got Justified on Wednesday. There, we're on the back half of season 5 there, that watch party. Then on Thursday, we got a very, very special cringe stock in store here where we are going to be watching and mocking the American Society of Magical Negroes. And I plan to get completely hammered. I'm gonna get completely hammered, and who knows, some stuff might slip out. So we will definitely need the disclaimer that night. You're
a genius for that one.
Yeah, you need to come join us for that one, Teague. We're gonna have some fun with that one.
I might just do that.
What, the disclaimer of the movie?
You know,
it's up to you.
I gotta say, if the movie is
I serve at the Gorillas request.
If it's even half as bad as the title, it's probably going to be a classic piece of shit.
It made $760,000 before it was pulled out of movie theaters after like 3 weekends.
Fuck me. Yeah, I should be
That's all it made. That all it made?
I think the opening weekend was like $225,000. Yeah, it was terrible.
God, I could probably make more money taking a shit on the toilet than that there. And putting it in.
On my show, I found
3 days.
Was it 3 days? Okay. It made like $600,000. It cost over $20 million to make, most of which I guess went to David Alan Grier. But at the Sundance Film Festival, when the director was talking about how he was a really good director and how it's really great to work for him, David Alan Grier interrupted him and said, "My nickname for you on set was Black Stalin."
Wow.
That's how cringe this movie is.
All right, then on Friday there, we got the Walters review of the book at season 3, episode 10, I believe. Saturday, we're reviewing From Russia with Love. And then on Sunday, there's a poll up in my community chat there. It looks like Jaws is winning, but we got 16 votes. Jaws has 50% of the vote. RoboCop has 25% of the vote.
I think Jaws should vote for RoboCop. We've already had enough of the crappy-looking sharks.
Oh, come on. You didn't appreciate Will Wheaton getting his head bitten off by a shark?
6 movies and it has 2 seconds of good content.
Yeah, I was hoping we'd get a baseball movie or something.
Well, you gotta get people out voting.
Okay.
I vote. If we do a baseball movie, I vote a Major League.
Well, I told them I'd vote for Pride of the Yankees because I think that's a fabulous baseball movie.
All right,
yeah,
League of Their Own. It's got some chicks.
I am.
But nobody knows
Field of Dreams.
what the fuck I'm talking about, so it doesn't matter.
That's surrounded in the natural.
I'm a Yankee. I've been to Yankee Stadium 200 times. I've seen Part of the Yankees. It's a great movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
But thank you.
Yeah, Gary. Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, but thank you everybody for coming. Have a good night.